Oh, I have the mic on. Oh, well, hello, hello, hello. I just realized I had the... Normally I have the mic muted. How's everyone doing today? Ah, the overlay's already bugging out. Let's go ahead and fix that. Fresh cache, there we go. Ah, what's going on? Why is that all bugging? Okay, there we go, there we go. There we go. How's everyone doing today? Hello, 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 hello. It's Saturday night. I feel all right. So, thought it was a new sound effect. No, that was me just forgetting to mute the stream normally. So that's why I do it. So, today we're doing just another print and chill. There is upcoming builds in the works. It's just I can't start them yet. I'm waiting on stuff. So I fiddled around with the Chimera yesterday for a little bit. I haven't printed with it yet because, you know, content, might as well do it live and make something of it. But I think it's set up a little bit better in terms of the Z offset being the same. So I think we can go ahead and try for another dual color print. But in fiddling with this, E3D, I understand fully, and I support your decision to discontinue this product. It makes perfect sense. So, yeah. What are we drinking tonight? I do have the JP down here. Usually on these print and chill streams, we usually bust into the liquor at some point, especially on a Saturday night. And then also, I might do some work on the Mando armor. I'm still working on pieces of it, so we might do some work on the Mando armor just to kill some air. But for those wondering, the little Cali Dragon that we started yesterday on the stream, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should, at 3DP Nero. Here is our little dragon friend. Aw, good night, Calvin. Are you gonna go to bed?
Yeah.
And you say good night to everyone?
Good night, everyone.
Okay, you gotta go to bed. When do you start? What do you start in 2 weeks?
And go school.
You start with school?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, you go to bed nice for mommy. Yeah, he starts school and not this week. Regular school, so I know it's different in Ontario and different provinces, but school for Ontario, I guess, starts this week. It's the first day after Labor Day, so usually the Tuesday. But because he's in junior kindergarten, they start a week later. So yeah, he's off to bed. What's Twitter? If you don't have Twitter, don't get involved in it. It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy and drama, which sometimes it is fun to sit back and watch the drama. Are you using Chimera or Chimera Plus? If you were to if you go to Extruder and buy a Chimera, that's whatever that one you get is what we got. So, before we do that though, I need to print stuff because this salad fork build's coming up pretty soon, so I should probably actually start printing stuff for it. So let's go ahead and do that. Upload and print. Because I tried the Prusament PCCF in the bamboo. I could not get it to stick to the bed. So I abandoned that. So we're trying now in the LDO V2 with the Revo Obsidian. So, Steven, $5, Calvin College Fund, cheers. Oh, also, update, for those that watched the stream yesterday, and I hope you all did, there was something bugged with the stream where if you gifted memberships, they weren't awarded to viewers. So on YouTube, you can gift membership. You can purchase a membership for yourself, but you can also gift memberships. So you can buy like 5 memberships and gives them randomly to viewers who aren't currently members. It's cool. You can hang out with us when we do the member streams and whatnot, and get access to the super secret channel on the Discord that nobody knows about except for channel members and Patreon supporters. But anyways, it wasn't awarding them. I've opened a ticket with YouTube, and yeah, hopefully they figured out, because according to YouTube, it like nobody got memberships. So, which also means you shouldn't have been charged. But I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from YouTube. I'm hoping it was just a random fluke. So I have no idea if it like I know it sounds really cheesy, but I don't know unless somebody were to gift a membership if it's still doing it. So I can't check myself. So we'll have to wait and see until somebody gifts a membership. But yeah, I don't know. I opened up a support ticket with YouTube and they are looking into it. Yeah. Also, I need everyone to do me a favor. Let me see here. So David, our pal David, he has decided to copy and paste, and I guess he's streaming Voron builds now. So, everyone, I want you to go pop into his stream for a second, say hi, David, and just let him know good luck on the build. So, DFH gifted 5 community memberships, and PF Tennis gifted 5 community memberships. Hopefully it works. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it should work. Your credit card was charged. Okay. On Steve's stream. No, not everyone's a member. Because it's apparently like if I'm a brand channel, it doesn't work, but I'm not a brand channel. So I have like all the monetizations on, right? And it's not doing it. So yeah, it should work, but it's not. Oh, David shaved. He doesn't have his beard. Yeah. So I have no idea why it's not working. I might actually open up a ticket with YouTube again. I know it was working previously, but it's not working now. So anyways, that printer is going to do its thing. Let's get this printer doing something. So let's do that. So let's open up Super Slicer. Yeah, David lost his beard. He doesn't have his beard anymore. What the heck? Okay. Plug in our USB cable so I can use Prompt Interface. Okay, so we got Voron 1.0. Voron 1.0. Okay, so we need something to print. Matthew Lutch, $2. Cheers. And PF Tennis, I'm the newest member. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna open up a ticket once we get this going, because this is actually like super annoying and frustrating, because one, taking my money, and two, you guys are gifting memberships and it's disappearing into the black hole that is Google. So I'm kind of not happy it's not working. So there should be a dual color moai, right? New uploads, most popular. Isn't there a dual color moai? Because we got red and green. I'm trying to figure out what dual color. You think if you type dual color, you would get a lot of decent models. You do a Squirtle, a red and green Squirtle. Dual color filament is cute. Multicolor. Search multicolor. And I gotta remember to spell color the American way. Ooh, lizard. No. Hello from Florida. Hello, Gary. Yeah, you would think there'd be more multicolor models that's easy to find. We already did the Tigger. Let's go on the site and see if it works. Yeah, it does work. Dual color. This one is a nightmare to actually print because of all the retractions. Looking for the moai. I want to do the moai because that's a good example for alignment. There's that one. Oh, here we go. There it is. Dual island. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Download body. Download lines. I already have it downloaded, but whatever. There we go. Okay. So that'll work. Cool. Slice now. An iron additive and ABS. Yeah, you could always do like iron fill or any metal fill. It doesn't make the plastic magnetic. It's just iron in the filament. It's like how you have iron in your blood and your blood's slightly magnetic. Same thing. Or actually, no. We want to do multiple extruders, ooze prevention, and filament, multi-material. I don't know what skinny dip is. Slice now. Wow, this is gonna be a 7-hour print. Well, it is what it is. Okay. Grab the SD card, put that in the computer. Save that to mobile disk E, save, cool. The fun thing with, the one thing I do like about Marlin is just instant, no boot up time or anything. Okay, bed heating. 7-hour long stream. We are not doing a 7-hour long stream. So while that's going on, let me open up a ticket with YouTube on my second window here. So go channel dashboard. Something else. Connect you with a live agent. Cool. Now we gotta wait because I opened a ticket and I don't want this going on during an actual live stream. You connected with Agent Rick. YouTube support agent has left the chat. Hello? Rick? 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 Rick has left the chat. And now I can't open a new chat because I got a chat in progress. Chat with creator support is currently unavailable. Wow. Thank you, Rick. Nicholas, thank you for coming a member. Help. Get help as a YouTube creator. Chat. Chat in English. Channel URL. youtube.com/Nero3D. Start chat. I don't have a chat session open. You... Holy hell, YouTube. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Waiting on everything to heat up. Sucks because it's heating the, Oh, wait, that printer is doing something. Currently thinking of a hot end for my homemade printer. Would a mosquito be worth it? I need to know a lot more information about your printer and what you plan to do with it before I can tell you that answer. Are you going to be printing above 300 degrees Celsius? And are you going to be printing abrasives? And are you going to be doing super high speed printing? Like you just said regular mosquito, so I'm assuming not. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Revos right now. I mean, every build I've done this year has one. Yeah. Okay, so it is printing. So it looks like we're okay with the red filament. So let me get the Polymaker official camera support extension system set up. So that you fine folks can partake in enjoying the printer doing printing things. There we go. So this was the nozzle we had issues with before. And it seems to be okay now. Which also, if you want your very own filament or filament-based camera height raising device, you can enter in the description below for your chance to win one from Polymaker. And the best part is, inside of the filament box-based camera height elevation adjustment module is a spool of filament that you could put in your printer. So enter in the description below, or if you just want to buy some, there's a link there too. You can throw money at it and solve your problem that way. That's how most people do. You just throw money at the problem solves itself. So when you need to raise your camera and you need filament for your printer, just throw money at the problem. Go buy some Polymaker filament. And you also help the channel out because it's an affiliate link. YouTube, I don't have a chat in progress. You're super annoying me. Reset cookies. How do you reset cookies? I haven't reset cookies since like ever. I don't think. Also, it's like a thing on the page, so I don't think I can reset cookies. Okay, so this nozzle is still a little high. Shoot. But I think we're okay though. Oh, heating. Why are you heating? Oh god, we gotta wait for the other nozzle to heat up all the way. Now we wait. $30-watt heater, 12 volts. I think I can. It's much better. It's still ever so slightly too high, but we might be okay. Control F5. If I hit Control F5 and I crash the stream, I'm blaming you. Oh. There we go. Something else. That actually worked. Okay, connect you to a live agent. Hello. We got Candy this time. Hello, Candy. Hello, Candy. So I'm currently live streaming, and when viewers, who are awesome, by the way, you know you're awesome, purchase gifted memberships, it is not awarding them to anyone. So I get the notification they have been purchased, but it is not giving any out. This happened on my stream yesterday as well, but this heating's done. This hasn't on any other stream prior. Okay. Oh wow. So it's got to do a. Are you feeding filament? It's feeding filament. It's taking some. There we go. I'm sorry to hear that, folks. She's sorry to hear that. So we're trying to get. I want your money going places. So a little messy. Actually, my whole first layer is high. I could probably drop my Z offset a bit. Oh well. Okay. I know how important gifted memberships are to me. They are, because you're my members and you're important to me. Actually, I have no idea if my Z offset is correct. It's not. We are way out. We are way out. Yeah, we're way out. So let's see here. How are you printing? You look like you're printing okay. If you were your shoes, I would want to report the matter as well. Yes. Yes. I'm currently live here if you want to check it out. There we go. I will say, YouTube support, at least the people I've chatted to in the past, have been extremely helpful. They always can't do everything. We gotta cancel this print, by the way. Pause print. Stop print. And lower bed. I said, Wayne. Lower bed. And then the easiest way to turn the motors off is to just turn the printer off. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, new message. Thank you for the link. Okay, so overhead. So you can see the issue we're having. We look okay on the left and the front to back, but we're off on the X. Oh, she's putting me on hold. Okay. So we need to figure out how much we're out. So according to the diagram, according to the drawings, it's 18 millimeters between the nozzles. So machine limits, general, there should be an extruder offset. So this one is 9 millimeters to the left, and this one's 9 millimeters to the right, because on the E3D Chimera specs, documentation, Chimera drawings, Oh, there's a Chimera and a Chimera Plus. Are we Chimera Plus? It's 20 millimeters. Are we? How far apart are we? Let me actually use, you know, a measuring device here. Oh, it is 20. It is 20. Okay, so on this one it's 20, but yesterday I looked at this one, which is just the regular Chimera, and you got to do some math, but it's 18. It's 18 millimeters. That's 6 minus 24. So we got to, okay, that makes sense. So that makes sense. So that's 10 millimeters. And this is negative 10 millimeters. Save. Save. There we go. So that, I didn't know there were, I knew there was an update to the Chimera, but I didn't know that was what was different. Slice now. Okay, export G-code, remove the disk, save, there we go, exporting, that's good, pull that out, plug this in, throw the SD card on the ground because you missed the hole. Bed heating. There we go. I left it hot, so we should be okay. We shouldn't have to wait too long to get it going again. So. Oh, did I miss? Mark Stokes, $10. Cheers. Thank you. And for those in chat saying like the YouTube help is like China or India, it's Google. If anything, it's a robot. So you always be nice to the robots, right? You always say thank you to your Google Home and your Alexas and whatnot, because when the robots take over, they'll remember that shit. So be nice to your AI assistants. Be nice to them, because they will remember. Is that an Ooze shield? Yeah, it's an Ooze shield. I have no idea how good it will work. We shall find out. Heating. Okay, I don't know what it is with this stuff. It does not want to print good. Like seriously, I thought Prusament was supposed to be good. This stuff has been an absolute nightmare to print with. Just I'm not even I don't even know if I'm going to try this PCC after just being such a pain in the butt to work with. Look at that Ooze shield. So the problem is the red, they're both nozzles are at 220. So the green nozzle is just going to dribble everywhere for a while, unfortunately. What calibration steps do I normally do? To be honest, usually not much. Most of my filaments, like my ABS, I use the exact same ABS profile with all my ABSs. I usually print a little bit hotter to compensate, but I use the same profile for all of my filaments 95% of the time. Oh, got a message back from Google. Thank you for waiting. I'm still looking at this. Could be a few more minutes. Yep, that's fine. It's fine. Hi, would like to get a 3D printer. How long would it take for a rookie to make Voron that prints so good and reliable like Prusa? I can't give you a direct answer to that because I don't know your skill level, what you intend on doing with the printer, what Voron printer you wish to purchase, how you will be building said printer. Will you be self-sourcing? Will you be using a kit? What kit will you be using? There is way too many variables for me to give you that answer. I will say though, a Voron, you can get it printing better than a Prusa, and you can get it more reliably than a Prusa if you're willing to put the time into it. So, did I dry it? No, but it's fresh out of the bag. But I'm canceling the print because it looks like poo-poo. Control. Abort printing. I'll fiddle with it tomorrow. Abort printing. Abort! Yeah, it's just not sticking. Pain in the butt. Nope, not that one, that one. Pause. Stop. Retract. Move up. Okay, multi-material seems to yield the most results on printables. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna dry it. I'm gonna throw it in the dryer. Because it's like... I don't know, here, I'll show you. Yeah, it's basically looking like poop. Like it's not sticking to the bed great. So, it's not bubbling. I am trying the Arachne engine, and it's under extruding as well, and I don't like that. So. You need glue? I am using glue. I got glue stick down. I know someone in the 3D printing Discord who hates Voron with the guts, like they're gonna put a sledgehammer on their Voron. Good for them. It doesn't hurt our bottom line at all. We're not a company. We just have fun designing printers and throwing the designs out there. If people want to make, you know, go all tribalism about it, go for it. I just want to make plastic boat. There we go. I love the people that... Okay, I'm sorry, but... people that simp for companies and like white knight them on the internet, it just kind of irks me a little bit. Like I'm all, you know, I like Prusas, I like E3D, don't get me wrong. There are companies I like, there are companies I don't like. But people that actively like fight and defend for the honor of their random 3D printing project on the internet, it's like, it's a company, especially companies. They pay people to do that. Don't be doing it for them for free. It's like console fanboys. Ugh. Oh no. Anyways. Okay, so it seems to be working better now. The alignment looks much better. Top view. You can't really see much because the hot end kind of blocks it. Hello, I would like your money. Someone said Prusa bad, and I wrote a 500-word essay detailing how they're wrong. Oh no, I gotta go make a YouTube video now. They're after me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll partake in a little bit of drama every now and then. But if my channel ever becomes a drama channel, unsubscribe. Yeah, see, I don't like this. I don't like this. Overhead. So you can see this is the Arachne engine with a 0.6 nozzle. And it's completely unfocused. Focus. There you go. Yeah, I'm not... It looks like it's under extruding. I might go back to the old engine. I'm a fan of companies that do great things for you, but at the end of the day, yes, I need money. So yeah. When the drama llama. Yeah, so I guess Arachne engine is having some issues with extrusion, so let me un-Arachne this, and then maybe we'll try one more print quickly. Because it's not bubbling, so I don't... it's fresh out of the package and it's not bubbling, so I don't know if... Close down, export. Oop. Candy's back. Hi, Candy. Looks like our team has already responded to your original issue. Okay. Yeah, there was... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, no. They were still looking into it, and since I'm live right now, and it's still ongoing, was hoping you could take a look. Yeah, because I opened a ticket on it yesterday, and now she's like, oh, just refer back to the previous ticket. I'm like, I don't have answers in the previous ticket. Like, I really don't like when it's not working. They didn't provide a solution. Box. They did not. What time? There we go. To look at my history. Yeah. Oh well. How's the Mando armor? Coming along. Jack Black's here? Yeah, so we'll use the old version. There we go. Save. Okay. Upload and print. Try again. There we go. Dang it, our here. We'll do a little fixie. Because unfortunately our skirt ain't sticking and we kind of need it to stick. Specialist sent me an email yesterday. So we're just gonna... I don't know if this will work. I just don't want to cancel a print over the Ooze ring disconnecting. Did I set those? Okay. Anything back. And I'm live right now, and members are gifting are anywhere, and they are getting charged. So I would like this kind of fixed. Oh, there we go. Left side's popping up. More tape. Zombie Hedgehog gifted 1 community membership. I don't know where that's going, Zombie. I'm sorry to say. But apparently YouTube is keeping your money, unfortunately. Okay. That's not good for the person who just purchased a gifted membership that went nowhere. Tape. Well, I can either cancel the print and start over from scratch, or we can just put tape down on the Ooze ring, because that's like, oh hey, we're leaving on a 20-hour trip, we're an hour into it, and I forgot my pen at home. I have to go back. Or I can just throw some tape down and save the Ooze ring. So we'll go with that. Okay. That's fine. Well. This is looking mighty buddy. It's looking pretty bad. As I said when I prefaced the start of this stream, I fully understand why E3D discontinued the Chimera. This is why. Well, YouTube's still looking into it, apparently. In 24 hours. Do you have any other concerns? Nope. Just the current one. And she closed the conversation. Yay! Giving memberships. Yeah, it's I don't know why it's not showing. Like it's yeah, I don't know why it's not working. This is super annoying. High temps. I think they might be working on a high temp one, but I can't really say too much because it's not public. Like, I can only really say stuff that they've publicly announced. Try to switch to a streaming platform. Why would I switch to Twitch? Why would I switch to Twitch? Facebook. Why would I don't even use Facebook. Can I turn it off? I'm trying to find it right now, but I don't think I can do it midstream. Edit, monetization, customization. Like, I'm trying to find out how to turn off gifted memberships. Badges and emoji, member recognition, membership offered. Like, I could disable, no, I can't disable memberships. Membership levels. No. I'm trying to find where, it's gotta be under monetization. Yeah, I don't know how to turn off gifting memberships. I turned it on at one point and I don't remember where it's at. So. Yeah. Well, okay, well, Colin Lord, Floatplane or bust. Yeah, I tried getting on Floatplane and they said no. Floatplane, you want to know the problem with Floatplane? It could be the best platform in the world, right? Okay, but let's go on Floatplane and watch some creators, right? I'm going to browse Floatplane. Hey, look everyone, it's Linus. Hi, Linus. Learn more, cool. So, oh, this is new. They're finally looking at more creators. Maybe I will reapply. Last time I looked at Floatplane, they only had 20 creators. Like, exactly, what's Floatplane? It's like a platform made, it's kind of like, imagine Patreon, but like, just videos. So usually creators, you get videos like a day early. You pay like a monthly fee for creators or whatever. It's like subscribing, but paying it. But no ads, and it's like better for creators. But the problem is it's a very small platform. Like last I checked, there was like 20 creators on it. So, and I tried to apply and they're like, yeah, we're not taking new people at this time. So, yeah, makes no sense for me to go to Twitch, okay? My content is VOD content. Like, I stream live, but the vast majority of my streams get views after it's live for months and years. Twitch deletes your VOD after 15 days. And I'm not going to stream to Twitch and then upload it to YouTube. I'm not. Why would I split my audience? YouTube takes a bigger cut of all revenue. Or correction, Twitch takes a bigger cut of all revenue. So why would I go to a platform, split my audience, have to grow a new audience from scratch, and make less money per mile or whatever the metric is? Why would I do that? Yeah, I'll apply after the stream. I don't use Facebook. The Zuck don't need any more info from me. I'll go to Mixer. Recommended good products, Revo, and critiquing less good products, Chimera from the same company, quality shill. Oh my god! I can like something that's new that a company did and not like something that a company did 6 years ago. You know what? I really like the Ford Edge I'm driving right now, but I can't like Ford because they made the Pinto. Jack Black, $5. Chip in for the index fund. IDEX. Maybe we'll do an IDEX at one point. Polymaker switched to Twitch because that's where a lot of creators are. Views, interactions. I've checked the Twitch streamers. The views aren't there. I get much better views here. I pull anywhere from 300 to 500 regularly. More on some of the bigger streams. And I don't like. I'm pretty on my own. None of those other creators have ever reached out to me to wanting to work to me. So why would I go to the same platform as them? Like, yeah, I watch a lot of Twitch, but I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm not. I have a ton more subs too. I don't like that whole the sub for sub thing that some people do. It's like the giveaway streams. I will never be a giveaway streamer. I can't stand that. It's not how I like running my show. But if you do want to win some Polymaker filament, link in the description. For smaller creators. In my opinion, if the content that you are doing is meant to be consumed while you are live, Twitch. If you are doing, basically, I view this as a live show. It's a TV show, right? That's why I talk a lot and do camera changes and, you know, star wipes and whatnot. Because I try to make this a 3-hour segment that you could watch. You don't have to watch it live, okay? Like, all my streams are 3 hours. I'm basically doing a live single-man podcast 3 days a week. So, I need a Joe Rogan bunker now. So anyways, I view mine as basically, this would be a video if I didn't hate editing. Stuff to library. I've never even heard of that. But I like giveaways. Everyone likes giveaways, but I'm not a giveaway channel. I do the Polymaker giveaway every stream. I like that. But there's one content creator, I'll check in on his stuff every time, but every time I check on his channel, it's just giveaways. Like, it's not entertaining. So as somebody who doesn't care about giveaways, there's no content there for me. Grass is always green except when it's really brown over there. In my opinion, Twitch is dying. YouTube has much more money. Yeah, YouTube Live sucks for discoverability, but, you know, I'm doing okay. But, like, I've already built everything here. Why would I go to the other platform? It just doesn't make sense. Giveaway advice every stream. Exactly. I'm surprised it's actually working. Like, it looks like ass. Like, as you can see, it's kind of oozing a bit. But it's working. Yeah, I'm really not happy that the memberships aren't working. That print is going to fail epically. Hey, it's content. The print itself is sticking to the bed pretty good. Twitch has Amazon behind it. I don't think they're going anywhere. Twitch is not profitable. Twitch is not profitable. YouTube is, and YouTube has Google behind it, and Google has a lot of money, and Amazon doesn't care about Twitch. Zombie Hedgehog gifted a community membership that disappeared into the ether, into the black hole, like a fart in the wind, or a penny in Jeff Bezos's wallet. Hype trains, yeah, no, I don't like hype trains. No, the whole gamifying it, and then subbing, like donating subs to people who've donated subs to you. All you're doing is passing money around, and every time you pass the money around, it gets skimmed off by Amazon. I don't like that. It's like, I told Steve, don't gift me memberships, don't donate on my stream, and I won't donate on your stream. There's no point in giving each other money back and forth, because the only one winning off that is Google. So, yeah. TikTok, oh god, no. I tried doing TikTok, and I deleted that shit. I don't need Xi Jinping knowing any more of my information. Just need to properly categorize. I don't really like the term maker. I'm not a, I don't know. I know Adam Savage loves that term maker, and a lot of people love the whole maker mantra, but it's just people fiddling around with tools. Like, I don't know. I don't view myself as a maker. Like, let's be honest, I just slap kits together and download files off the internet and hit print while talking at a camera in a room by myself. Although I do occasionally make stuff. So somebody was asking about the Mando armor. I finished up the wrist gauntlet, the one wrist gauntlet. So that is now done. So let me put a glove on. There we go. So that is the one wrist gauntlet is now done. And then I got the elbow pads painted. I got to put some stuff on them, some banding on. I got it right here actually. So hey, maybe we'll do that in a little bit. Yeah, this is coming together. So. And then I do have to put like one little piece of Velcro on here and here, just so when I have it on, it doesn't like rotate. Because it does fit pretty good. Like I'd also have a jumpsuit on. So I've got like the jumpsuit, the arms come down to here, this goes over it, and then this goes on. And it actually wedges in there pretty tight. So it doesn't really move too much. But it is something that I got to keep an eye on. So maybe we'll play around with the elastics today. Would I dye the gloves? No, I've done some. I like the. I've done some burning to them. So all right, let me just leave the main camera on. So I've done some wear to them. I think this one. So I hit them with a lighter to kind of singe them in a few areas. Hit them with some like black acrylic just to kind of dirty them up. So just make them look a little worn. And yeah, it's quite easy. You literally just get a lighter and just go like that. And there you go. Burn marks. Because, you know, you're holding a blaster, right? Blasters are hot. Can you launch a grapple and pull yourself out of the Sarlacc pit? Well, I have this one, which has 2 buttons and I don't know what this is. But the other gauntlet is supposed to have like a flamethrower in it. And I have it printed, but I don't know if I'm actually going to finish that or do a different gauntlet. Because I kind of want to do a rocket launcher gauntlet with rockets, because rockets are cool. And as we know from current events, rockets are very effective. So I might find a different gauntlet to do, because I am swapping out some parts from this Mando suit with parts from other Mando suits. But I'm doing a custom one, so. I don't get the whole cosplay thing. It's fun. I don't know. I don't know. Is it cosplay if you do something original? Cosplay? I don't know. I'm doing my own thing. This isn't like, I'm not doing a one-to-one of an existing character. I'm doing my own thing. So like this helmet is the Paz Vizsla helmet from the Mandalorian, but obviously his helmet isn't red and he has dents and whatnot in it. I don't have dents in it. So it's you know, I've put my own take on the design, kind of. So I filled in all the dents and made it really smooth. You can't even tell where the dent was. But also, this, guess how long this took? In actual, not counting drying time, guess how long manual labor this took? From 3D printed to this condition. I actually kept track of it. Not counting paint drying, because obviously that takes time. 10 hours, 2 hours. I would say probably less than an hour. I didn't even put any Bondo on this at all. So first things first, the silver parts are all just printed. There's no texture over it. So if you notice, there's no texture. So all the parts are printed in ABS. I sanded everything with an orbital. I have a little, or not an orbital, it's a mouse sander. So mouse with like 180 grit, sand everything. Just right off the printer. Sand all the flats, okay? and then go in there with some 180 grit sandpaper hand, get all the nooks and crannies, maybe 10 minutes of sanding. Clean it off really good, blow dry it, whatever. And then like 3 or 4 coats of spray paint, primer, filler. So filler primer, 3 or 4 coats of that, let it dry. So obviously like 10 seconds to put the coat on, then you come back in half an hour, do it again, whatever. And then wet sand the whole thing with, I think I was using like 280 grit. Wet sand the whole thing. That maybe 10 minutes. Mask off any area that, or I painted it silver, spray painted this area silver. Let that dry. You have to wait like 24 hours for that to dry so you can mask it off. Hit it with the texturing stuff. Let that dry. Spray paint it red. Let that dry. Peel off the tape. Mask up this other area. Black. Let it dry for a second. Hit it with a very light coat so you can kind of see there's like some silver in the black there. So I just took like the silver spray and went very quickly to do that. Let that dry. Then peel off all the tape. And then tape it up. Paint this blue line, that blue line, these 2 things with a paintbrush. Let that dry. Stipple it or do the weathering, which again, about 5 minutes with a dry brush with silver. Let that dry. And then just get my black acrylic mixed with water. Slather that all over it. Let it dry for like 2 minutes. And then just use a paper towel. Dab off all the excess. Let that dry and boom, you're done. And then I did the same thing on this little silver, the little antennae here. This was printed on a resin printer. So this just went off the resin printer. Paint, wet sand, or primer, wet sand, spray paint. So yeah, this was maybe an actual hour of work. Now it took like 4 days, but actual labor was about an hour. And then you let that dry. And it's glued on with E6000s when it ain't coming off. These things, maybe like 15 minutes of work because it's all flat. So I just hit it with the palm sander and did everything. But yeah, it's all printed with ABS. So it's all, you can go right to sand. It's not like PLA, which is a nightmare to sand. ABS, you just go sand it, done. So you don't have to build up layers of Bondo and whatnot. Okay, exact same print without Arachne engine, it's printing fine. So yeah, I'm not liking the Arachne engine, obviously. Apply now to float plane. Oh, I gotta fill out a big form. I'll do that later. And then let that dry. Exactly. Can most printers print ABS? Pretty much. If you got an all-metal hot end and you have the ability to enclose the printer, you should be able to print ABS. And by enclose the printer, literally you can put a box over it. I have a video series on my channel. I have a playlist called How to Print ABS. And I literally used my Bonsai, which is a really shitty printer that I built out of scrap parts. It's all 12 volts. It's a crappy printer. And I use that to print perfectly functional Voron parts on it in ABS. So watch that video series. But yeah, any printer with an all metal hot end, and can hit 240 Celsius at the nozzle, you can print ABS on. Just put a box over it. ABS is not the scary melty or scary devil plastic that some people make it out to be. It is, you know, the most or one of, if not the most commonly used plastic in the world for a reason. Is there a setting to turn Arachne on and off? Yep. So in the newest version of Super Slicer, you go to print settings, perimeters and shell, scroll to the bottom, you have classic and Arachne. And you can see right there, it's behind chat. But there it is. So it's in there. KB3D, hello! If you sell 3D printed parts, what would you say as printing? I've never done that. I was part of PIF for a while, and I charged people way less than I probably should have. This was back in like the 2.1 days, I believe. But when it comes to selling parts, it depends on what you're selling. But in my opinion, it would be a time-based thing. So, because material costs aren't that big for most 3D part like this. Let's see, how heavy is this? where's my scale? I moved everything around. So turn the scale on. Okay. So this gauntlet weighs is a quarter kilogram. So if you're buying bulk ABS because you're doing mass producing printing, yeah, maybe the spool's 20 bucks. So this costs $5 in filament. You're not going to sell this for $5. Okay. Are you trying to live off of this, or is this a side hustle? You need to make X amount of money per day to live. Okay. So do you charge based on the item? Do you charge based on how long it takes to print the item? Personally, if I were to run like a print service, I would work off of a fixed cost per weight of item plus X amount per hour. Okay, so maybe charge, you know, if it's $20 for a spool of filament, you charge $40 of a spool of filament. So this would, you know, if I paid $5 for the filament to use this, I would charge a $10 fee plus $3 an hour of printing or something like that. Like, and then that would give you your final price. And then hopefully you have enough machines printing and selling enough items to justify your existence. Galactic Armory, his YouTube page, he has a few videos where he shows off his print farm, and it's like rows of CR10s and Enders because he just does helmets and like a lot of helmets. He prints a lot of helmets, and you need big printers for those. But you got to remember, to make the money back that it costs you to buy an Ender 3 is a lot less than it does, you know, a Prusa. But a Prusa theoretically will be more reliable and you'll have more uptime, which in the long run is a better thing. So do you buy a bunch of cheap printers and just go off of volume and hope to do better? Or do you buy a bunch of reliable printers that cost more, but in the long run, less parts, less maintenance costs, and more reliably, you'll be selling more, making more. Like it's, I don't run a print service. So ask, you know, anyone who does. Joel has a print farm now. Uncle Jesse does print services, I believe now. For those wondering how much the helmet weighs, the helmet is a total of 0.8 kilograms. So this whole helmet is 0.8 kilograms, and as it is right now with everything on it. So how did the CF pry line work out? I got some parts. It printed fine. Apparently you gotta be careful. It might have some creep issues. But for what I'm using it for, these parts printed out just fine. This is the problem. I moved everything ever so slightly when I put the new desk in, or countertop. So my like camera is not in the same position. So normally if I'm standing here, I'm in frame. I'm not in frame anymore. So I gotta remember to stand here. And I keep forgetting. So I know I'm off camera a lot. Because you used to be able to see a little bit more. Like the cheaty is literally, like literally. Here. This is my scale. Okay, right here's the edge of camera. And it's literally like, there's the cheaty on my bench. It's right there. Boop. I guess I could do that. Normally I line it up with the edge of the shelf. How's the print going? An oozy mess, but it's working. But it is working. Gotta put some tape. The problem is I don't look at the floor. Like if I had a mat there or something, maybe, but actually, yeah, it's the same view. Mobile, yeah, it's the same view. Okay. I've seen some KP3S farms. I guess they make amazing because of their parts. They're at the level where they're so cheap you can get. They're good enough and cheap enough you can just get a full wall of them really quickly. Like I would love to be able to do a print service. If I had the room, I would love to have a small print farm, and open my own little print shop or something. Because, you know, I'm home full all the time. I just don't have the room. That is I have this room. I've taken over the spare bedroom in the basement, and it's filled with printers right now. I need to figure out how to get rid of them. I moved everything, and I don't know where everything is. Where is my hot glue gun? Are you in here? Okay. So there's the glue sticks. Are you in here? No. Nope. 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 Here we go. Hot glue gun. Found you. Arts and crafts time. Ugh. I need to get another toolbox to put under here so I can put my tools under here instead of, because I got this toolbox here now. So it's starting to get organized in here. You look for a makerspace. There was one local to me, and I'm pretty sure it closed down with COVID. So I would like to do the thing that Joel just did and just like give a bunch of them away for charity. But I don't have any events or anything nearby that I can easily figure out where to go. So put that like right here. So I'll figure it out. Do you have a toolbox for your toolboxes? I have toolboxes on toolboxes in my garage. And for all those who have messaged me and DM'd me and sent me emails, no, I'm not gonna like meet random people in parking lots to give away printers. If I'm gonna give them away, it's gonna be in a well-lit public place with lots of people involved. Swapped out my KP3S toolhead for an H2, added linear rails on my Z, PI, amazing printer. Yeah, it's a nice little base. Like it's definitely a budget printer. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely a budget printer, but it's a budget printer with some potential. Donate to the school. I'm not going to donate any sketchy Chinese printer to a school. If I'm ever going to donate printers to a school, they'll be like Prusas or Ultimakers or MakerBots or printers that actually have certifications and qualifications that aren't fire hazards. Put it that way. There's a reason Prusa bought Printed Solid. It's so they have a US based location, because a lot of schools and businesses and organizations in the US, part of their stipulation for purchasing things is it has to be from a US source. So Prusa is now going after the market for, you know, schools and whatnot, because hey, that's a pretty lucrative market. I started using hot glue more on this stuff, on this project, and I'm loving it. To my kid's school. Well, he literally starts JK in 2 weeks, and I don't know any of the teachers. We're gonna go meet his next week. So I can't really, I don't really have any contacts at the school. What am I gonna do? So here's the plan. For those that don't know, I have actually been looking for a place to rent and work out of to run my little show here. I have been looking. It is something I've actively do. I do go online like a couple times a week and just see. So the plan is if I can find a place to work out of, basically it just becomes Site B, where I will still have this room, but I will turn it into more of a set for doing like streams, unboxing streams, print and chill Fridays kind of thing. But this will be more a set, and that will be a more workshop, because I want to do more CNC stuff and whatnot. So it'll probably be like film A-roll and stuff here and do some streams here, but then have a workshop somewhere else. That's kind of the plan. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. The problem is, I am not Mr. Beast. And so I don't really have that kind of budget to go crazy on it. And also, Where I live doesn't really give me a lot of options. If I'm self-employed working for Google, I'm not going to drive 45 minutes to work. I want something nearby, and I don't have anything nearby. I live in the burbs between the city and a town. So I'm in the middle of everything, but nothing is near me because it's just houses. And yeah. Who is Mr. Beast? Like the most successful person on YouTube ever. So yeah. No room to build a shed or anything. It's not worth it. Because one, if I build anything over like 10 by 10, I need permits and it's a nightmare. My backyard, you have to build X amount of distance from any existing structure, including fences. I just don't have the room. Like, it wouldn't make any sense for me to build something in the backyard. I'd also have to insulate it, heat it, cool it. It just doesn't make sense. That works. Then what I'll do is I'll just put a little piece of Velcro just to lock it in place on the armor. That works. Portable sheds don't exist. Oh, they do. The problem is I'm not getting it into my backyard. There's not enough room between the houses. So, you know those like portable sheds that you can buy? I've actually, like, I was looking at one today. We went to a small town fair today, and they had a setup there, and I'm like, this would be awesome. Unfortunately, I can't bring it into my backyard. It doesn't fit. So, first heard about Mr. Beast. Well, for those that don't know, Mr. Beast is like the most successful YouTuber currently. People harp about his content, but he knows how to play YouTube. For the front yard. No. Oh yeah, he worked hard to get where he's at. Like his first like big hits were like videos of him counting to 10,000. And then giving away money. Which he does that a lot. Basically every video he does pays for his next video. Sucks, I have a 14 by 32 lofted barn portable shed. That would be perfect. I would love something like that. I just don't have room for that. I just can't. That is not something that I can practically do. So. Yeah, I would love to be able to do stuff like that. I just literally cannot. Hey, the print's still going. That print's still going. Everything's good. We good. So there we go. So let me go get, well, let me see if the doggo's here. Nope, no doggo. Where is the coveralls? There's the coveralls. Okay. So I'm not going to put the whole thing on. Put an arm on. But basically, I would have this on. That goes like that. Goes like that. Take the wrist off, or the and there we go. And then the shoulder pad, grab this is my right arm, is Velcro. So the shoulder pad literally just gets held on with Velcro. It's not sitting right, so you wouldn't normally not see that. But yeah, there's the Mandalorian arm. And there's actually one more piece that I got to put on here that goes under here. It's like a another armored piece. But there you go. There's the arm. Pretty much done. So yeah. Easy peasy. And it's all just Velcro, so it's like, it just comes off. It's just Velcro. Is that an Ooze shield? Yes, yes it is. And it's trying its darndest. So I gotta put some extra glue on that just to reinforce it. But yeah, this is just a jumpsuit. I gotta do some sewing to it, and obviously it hasn't been weathered at all yet. And the pockets are all glued shut. But yeah, this is just a jumpsuit. But I gotta buy a sewing machine, unfortunately. Which, if I'm buying a sewing machine, I'm gonna want to do more cosplay stuff to justify buying a sewing machine. Or I could just find one used, which I might do. But yeah, I gotta start sewing because I have to do the actual flak vest, and then I also have to do some actual work on the suit that I can't do with glue, because up until now, when it comes to the fabrics, where is it? Gorilla fabric glue has been my cheater. Am I gonna go incognito at a con? Here's the thing, like, I live in Southern Ontario, right? So there is the Windsor Comic Con or something in end of October, just before Christmas. I might have the suit in a state of wearableness by then, but I don't travel anywhere. There was Fan Expo in Toronto, like last weekend. I didn't go to that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm doing this because I want to do this. I've never done a big project like this. The plan is if I ever get that Site B and turn this room into more of a studio instead of a studio / workshop, this would be something on like on a mannequin in the background. So, Dragon Con. Where is Dragon Con? That's the problem. Like, put it this way, I already have to like go jump through hoops to schedule the time for going to like the 3D printing stuff. Going to cons is another nightmare. Where's Dragon? Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I'm not going to that. Make some service patches. I'll figure some stuff out. Basically, the only thing I'm doing to the suit right now is just putting Velcro on it. So I have plenty of room to do stuff. Can I draft ring and Cura? If so, what does it say? I don't know. I'm using Super Slicer and it's just a setting. So just like go into your options for turning on stuff and just search like Ooze shield and see if they're the Yolani mannequin with Sari. That thing kept like, I kept noticing it in the corner of my eye, and I kept like triggering that animalistic flight response. That thing was scary. I did not like the Yolandi. That print is loose. Is it? I don't think it's moving. There's a bunch of ooze everywhere. Get a very old singer. I've looked online. I don't have the greatest used market to pilfer from, unfortunately. For anyone who is an admin on the Voron Discord, when I was trying to buy a new camera, trying to find a camera was kind of a nightmare, because small market. I suffer from a bad habit of not wanting to drive 5 hours to go pick something up. Because again, I live in Southern Ontario, so everything is north of me. And I don't like crossing the border unless I absolutely have to. So I try to avoid that. I know. Where'd I put the cap? Shoot. There's. Are you fight or flight? Depends if it's bigger than me or not. If it is, flight. If it isn't, flight. Yeah, so I gotta play around because there are settings. I gotta figure out how to do so. Like right now, see, I thought it would do I thought it was gonna drop down to 180, but it's not doing that. Retraction. So it's a 4 mil retraction. Basically, what you really want to do, you want it to do a really big retraction. And then drop the nozzle temperature so that way it doesn't ooze as much. But in this case, it's only dropping it like 15 degrees, or it's dropping it 5 degrees. It's going from 215 to 210. And I got to figure out where that 210 is in the settings. Because in filaments here, it's 220 and 215. And then multi-material, I have 180, but it's not dropping to 180. It's dropping to extruders, printer settings, machine limits, general. I don't know where that 210 is. So, yeah. Why is print so messy? Okay, so this is a chimera. So notice how it's got 2 heaters. So if you have yourself a 3D printer, what I want you to do is load filament into it, tell it to extrude, and then just stop extruding and just leave it with the nozzle at temperature. And you notice how it keeps using filament? This is the downside of a 2 nozzle setup like this, is when it switches from one nozzle to the other, even though it does a retraction and it's only dropping, I gotta figure out why it's not dropping the temperature more, but because of that, that other nozzle that's not active is still oozing. Custom G code. Custom G code? It just says filament G code. Filament overrides. Yeah, I don't know. Does the Revo, I find the Revo does ooze a little bit less because of how sharp the temperature change is with it. And also it's a smaller mass, so it heats up and cools down more or quicker. So when you turn off the nozzle, it drops temperature quicker. So. Tune pressure advance. My brother in Christ, this is Marlin 1.1 RC6. That word hasn't been invented yet. It's already said, but what nozzles are on there? 0.4 millimeter normal E3D brass nozzles. Yeah, this is a straight up E3D Chimera kit. Need an M109. Oh, you think that would be in here somewhere though? Printer settings, custom G code, after layer, tool change. Oh, tool change. There's nothing. There's nothing in tool change. I don't know. Try RC7. Or, you know, Marlin 2. So the whole point is I'm going to print with this for a while. Basically get the profile good. Do several test prints like, you know, this Cali Dragon. And we're going to get a bunch of test prints out of the same G code. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put Clipper on this because we're not heathens. And, you know, a web interface and the ability to edit your config on the fly is something, you know, it's kind of nice. So we're going to put Clipper on here and run the exact same G code, see if the prints look any better. And then after that, we're going to see how fast we can go. So print settings, multiple extruders, ooze prevention is what you're looking for. Print settings, multiple extruders, ooze prevention. Oh, temperature. Oh, I see there. Okay. So if I wanted to drop it, oh, so it's -5 degrees. Okay, I see. So right now we're printing hot, 215. So if I wanted to drop it down to like negative like 25, that would drop it down to like 190. So the problem is with this is the problem with that is the more you drop the temperature, the less ooze you get, but also the longer it takes for it to heat back up to temperature when you go to sprint. So, but at least we're not doing like a full-on retraction dance thing. I resemble that remark. Well, if you want to know though, this one's working great. This is all printing perfectly now. So. What did I just walk into? Fun times. Actually, let me find my Velcro. There's some Velcro. Could have sworn I had more Velcro. Velcro. Oh my god. Velcro, where are you, Velcro? There you are. Ah! My filaments! Yeah, let's just throw around the box with the expensive calipers in it. Urgh. This is how you all store your Velcro, right? Yeah, that's another thing I need. I need more filament storage. I'm tempted to just put... if this desk wasn't, you know... I can't touch the wall. If this desk wasn't 4 feet from the wall, I'd have more filament up top there, but... Does my Velcro have a lot of dog hair? Surprisingly not. The Velcro I'm using for this is pretty aggressive. It's Velcro. It's Velcro brand Velcro, but it's the outdoors stuff. So it's got sticky stuff on the back, but then also I glue it down too, so. Starts organized. Yeah, I organized the top of the workbench. I haven't touched the bottom yet. I've run out of E6000, so I'm just using Gorilla Fabric glue on everything right now. I'm like, if it glues fabrics together, it should glue, like, you know, Velcro to plastic, right? Should be okay. I don't see why not. Glue is glue, right? Because that's where I put everything from the top. No, I put the stuff on top into bins, and then I put it underneath. I own this print head, it always smears. Yep, there's a reason, and I said this right at the beginning of the stream. There's a reason E3D discontinued the Chimera. I know a lot of people want me to keep this original, and I originally planned on eventually converting this to a legacy. I'm a little hesitant to do it now because, you know, you guys have complained. I've heard your voices. So we are going to keep this mostly stock. However, I probably will be playing with the tool head. I do want to get a V6 in here. And I do want to get, I might upgrade the extruder. And by upgrading the extruder, we're going to swap, I could just swap an M4 on it. So, you know, we actually get some dual Bondtech gear action instead of this 2016 Wade type setup. So, don't understand how that Honda even made the market, because 2016 was a special time in 3D printing. Was a lot of, hey, let's just do this. Stick an LGX light on it. I have an LGX light. I've been meaning to use it for something for a while, but I keep changing the plans. But, like, nope, that's not the button I want. Desktop. So, like, not gonna lie, this would sit right on top of here, no problem. Like, this weighs nothing. An LGX light weighs nothing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's so light I can weigh it with my powder scale. Okay, it's over. Can't weigh it with the powder scale. So it's not that light. But this weighs like nothing. So yeah, I'm actually tempted to mount this. How do you even mount this? There's holes, but do you just screw into those holes? How are you supposed to mount an LGX light? Oh, you put square nuts. How do you put square nuts in? Oh, you gotta take the front off, I guess. Load square nuts. Oh, okay. Either way, does it come with square nuts? Okay, it comes with square nuts. That makes sense. But yeah, like, this would be awesome on this. So what I might end up doing, and I kind of put a V6 style hot end on there, LGX light, clipper. It's still gonna be 12 volts, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Leave the ramps, leave the DRVs, and then just use it like a regular printer. Every male Mando I've met has a beard. Well, I actually have a neck gaiter, so let me... So the problem with the Mando helmet... Where is the neck gaiter? Yeah, there we go. Okay, take my hat off, which, hey, if you want some Only Benchies merch, link in the description. So the problem with the helmet is I've got my glorious beard here, right? And when I put the helmet on, okay, the glorious beard sticks out underneath, okay? And unfortunately, that's kind of ruins the look a little bit. So, $5 and an overnight Amazon package later, got a neck gaiter. This is not a good look. But anyways, when I'm wearing the coveralls, it will like cinch up more on the neck. And when you put the helmet on now, hey look, no beard. and it hides my neck. So I needed a neck gaiter anyways, because you got to hide your neck. So that's what I did for the pictures. Let's see here. Let me pull them up because I did take some pictures. They're on the Twitter. On the Twitter. Nope. Twitter doesn't want to load. Stream Elements loads. Okay, Twitter doesn't want to load. Either way. Okay, Twitter doesn't want to load. Okay, Twitter is not working. Okay, whatever. Am I blind without my glasses? No, no. I'm only... It's like negative 0.5 or 0.5. I can't remember. So basically, I don't need to be wearing glasses right now. I am nearsighted, so it's only far away stuff that's blurry. I don't need to be wearing my glasses right now. But I do for several reasons. One, I've gotten used to wearing. I had to wear safety glasses at work that were prescription because at work it's a big plant. I was constantly looking at things that were far away and I was starting to get headaches after like 10 hours. So I got prescription safety glasses. Also, prescription safety glasses, if you can get them, are better than the cheap like plastic ones work usually gives you. So, but I found night driving. I wore these a lot. So anytime I went out anywhere, I wore these because these are the transition lenses, so they automatically tint. So anytime I went out, I started wearing them, and then I just start wearing them all the time now. The only time I really don't wear them is when I'm sitting at the computer. So, but I am at work right now. Yeah. How can I wear that all in that heat? It gets hot. But I've worn many layers in the hot summer in the past before, so it's not like I know I can do it. Plus, you're not wearing it like all day. Like usually you just wear it for like an hour or two and then that's it. But what I might do is throw some 30mm fans in there for some cooling. Just to get some air circulation, because with the neck gaiter and everything, and you know, while this beard is nice and foofy, it also helps prevent air coming up into the helmet. So I might put a fan in it. But yeah, just cheap neck gaiter. Under the helmet so I don't lose it. $40.28. Well, I'm thinking stuff that's small, so I can have like 2 on each side, because there is, if you look inside the helmet, I got to put more padding to make sure it sits properly, but there is like some room like here and here for some fans, so I might put like 1 fan here and 1 fan like here, and just have them blow air up or something, just to get some air circulation going. And I might resin this too, so I might... it is ABS. It's Prusament ASA, actually, the helmet is, and it is pretty solid. I haven't noticed any cracking or anything, but I might reinforce some areas with some like fiberglass or something, just because I really don't want this breaking, because this is, if this took an hour, this I probably spent like 6 hours on, because this I went full nuts with the Bondo and the sanding and everything. So I spent a lot of time on the helmet before I realized I didn't need to spend that much time on it. But the helmet's like the key piece of the armor. That's like the main piece. So you kind of want the helmet to be the best part. Things like elbow pads, you skimp on. You cut corners. Save time. And I've probably I don't even have half the armor done. AC unit backpack. I could. A still suit. We'll see. We'll see. I would like it to get to a state where I can wear it for Halloween when I take the little guy out trick-or-treating. And what I might do for the little guy, I might just print him like just like a Mandalorian helmet and chest pad, and just buy him like a little jumpsuit or something, and make him a really easy costume. and then I can make a video at it and use my kit for content. Like any self-respecting YouTube parent would do. No. Everyone does Grogu. I'm sorry, people like Grogu, cool character, but people are way too obsessed with that little baby Yoda. Blower. Oh yeah, fans. Oh yeah, my blur getting stuck in fans because the gator is the neck gator is like the worst part of wearing everything because it's just like and it's a cheap Amazon one, so it's kind of tight. It's not a draft shield, it's an ooze shield, and it's supposed to capture all the ooze so that it sticks to the shield, not to the print. But as you can see, it's giving it the old college try, but it's not exactly doing the best at it. But this is why we don't do dual extrusion nozzles anymore, or tool heads. Doggo's getting old. I don't think he'll put up if we try to dress him up for Halloween. What the plan is for like the little guy for Halloween is basically just go on like Thingiverse and just download like the really basic helmet and whatnot. Like just like print off one of these sets of not quite screen accurate armor and just scale it to him. And just like probably legit just pin it straight in like silver ABS and just leave it. Or something. Or maybe do some very quick finishing. IDEX MMU is the only proper way. In my opinion, if you want to do dual extrusion, IDEX is a very good option. If you want, but here's the thing. I've touched on this before. Do you want to do multi-material or multi-color? If you want to do multi-material, your only real options, in my opinion, are options that involve more than one nozzle. Okay? So IDEX, tool changing, heck, even something like this, okay? Like Polymaker, they pivot out the nozzle that's not being used. But you need separate nozzles for each material because of cross-contamination, okay? If you're printing a dissolvable filament and a non-dissolvable filament, either you need to purge the absolute crap out of that single nozzle, or you risk contaminating. You don't want your dissolvable stuff getting your non-dissolvable stuff and vice versa. Now, if you're doing multicolor, you have more options because you can use the same nozzle. Because usually with multicolor, you're printing the same material, just different colors of it. At that point, do you want to spend time or money? Because setups like an ERCFA, an MMU, even a palette, okay? Those you could slap them on existing machines. 3D Chameleon, you can slap those on existing machines, but you still need to purge between the filaments, okay? That takes a lot of time and it's a lot of wasteful material. So you're wasting time, you're wasting money. Multi-tool head setups, though, are quicker, but they're usually more expensive. So there's a lot of different ways to do multi-material and multi-color. There's no perfect solution, though. It's every setup has its pros and cons. There's no magic silver bullet, this is the best setup. It really depends on what you're trying to do, how much you want to spend, what you're looking to do with the machine, etc. I can do a Yoda cradle and push him around. He's 4.5. I don't think he wants to get pushed around in a cradle all night. IDEX with 2 MMUs. Let's just take the worst parts of everything and slap it together. One Voron pick and place gummy printer. I will say I'm totally down. I've been following Ellie since Murph there with the Cocoa Press, and I want chocolate printer. I want chocolate printer now. There is an IDEX Tridex. There is Eddie the engineer has designed a IDEX version of the Trident. So that does exist. Belt tool changer with MMUs attached. Thanks, really concise and thorough. I might do. I've done the multi-material stuff talk several times on stream. I think I'm gonna try and sit down and do a video on it, talking about multi-material setups, like the pros and cons to each one, because a lot of people seem to think like don't understand and whatnot. Like the single nozzle is the big one. They think they could just slap an MMU on anything and, you know, print ABS and dissolvable material and the different temperatures also. Like it's, yeah. Is there a quad chimera? There was. Let me pull up E3D's. They had a was it called the Hydra? Extruders, classic hot ends. I could have sworn they had a Hydra. Okay, Chimera. Titan, Volcano, Chimera Plus, the Cyclops. So the Cyclops was 2 in, 1 out. So the problem with the Cyclops, there's your block. It uses its own heater block. The filament did a 90-degree turn. Okay, that's the Chimera. Nozzle. Nozzle. Sink. That's the heat sink. Where's the mixer? Downloading all these PDFs. Yeah. So this is how they made the heater block. Okay. So this is looking at it from the back or the front with the nozzle where the filament comes out here. So this is upside down. Okay. So you have the filament come in here. You have a drilled hole and a plug, and then the filament has to come in, go through here, and then come out here. Also, you have filament coming in here, going through here, coming out here. So what happens is when you stop extruding with one filament, the other filament pushes in. It pushes some of this filament back. It also sucks some of it down out there. Also, molten plastic did not like doing 90-degree bends. It just don't. It don't like doing that. So this was discontinued for an extremely valid reason. Okay, so they had that Super Volcano, which I don't know. I could have sworn there was a 4 version at some point. It only needs to do IDEX Cocoa. I have mentioned that to her several times. I want to be able to print a chocolate benchy with caramel infill. Ask the positron guy. Oh, I know the positron. You have to make a custom 90-degree hot end. There's a reason they don't exist. It's not a good idea. It kind of messes with all the fluid dynamics and whatnot. It can work. It can work. You try to avoid it though. Yeah, there's 2 90 degrees. Yeah, so the filament's got to go in that way and then that way. Yeah, unclogging. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. No cold pulls with that one. It's in the diamond one. Yeah, those I don't like. Those mixing ones I don't like. Okay, what time are we at anyways? We're at 10 o'clock. Somehow I managed to kill 2 hours. Sweet. You know what that means? It's your reminder to enter the draw to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Do this now. Also, if you haven't become a member of the channel, why not become a member of the channel? We do a monthly hangout stream. You also get access to a super secret channel on the Discord, which if you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. You might as well. Links in the description for everything. Get some go buy an Only Benjies hat. Do this now. But yeah, also, I know I haven't brought it up. We need to do the community contest. Every month we do a community contest. Now, this month, everything's going to be shifted back a week, okay? So normally it's the 3rd week of the month that we do the members only stream and the community challenge stream. First last gifted, oh, I forgot to say, please don't gift community memberships right now. YouTube's like borked and it's not giving them out, so I don't know where that money's going. Sorry. But yeah, so let me pull up my calendar. So normally it's like, it would be what, the 23rd? We're gonna have to move it all back a week because I'm gone that week. I'm going to a wedding. So I'll be able to do the Tuesday stream, but there won't be a Friday or a Saturday stream that week. So we need to do the community challenge. So I need to set up, where's the forum? Who does forums? The Kraken hotend. Yeah, I thought it was an official E3D thing. No, it was. They don't have it on their site. Yeah, here you go. The Kraken. Yeah. Yeah, no. 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 Just no. No. Currently unavailable for very good reason. E3D was going through a weird period there. Bought a Kraken. I couldn't get it to work. Yeah, there's a reason nobody makes these anymore. So for the community challenge, I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to show off your wiring or show off your biggest fail. Because here's the thing, and people have asked me like print challenges. When I do these community challenges, I want it so that anyone can enter and anyone has a fair chance at winning. So if I do, hey, show off your wiring, and all your printers are commercial enders, you can't really enter. So I don't want, I want to do a wiring because, you know, cool Vorons and people like showing off their wiring, but not everyone has built a Voron in this community. So I can't do that. So I might do show me your biggest printer fail, I think. Because pretty much anyone can enter that. The problem is it's got to be your printer fail. So you can't just find a funny picture on Reddit or Twitter and use that. It has to be your printer fail. Can do bad wiring. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like if, you know, hey, I've got 8 printers, but they're all commercial printers that I bought. Like, yeah, we could always make fun of the Prusa for shoving all the wires in the box, but that's not yours. That's how it comes. So what about an ender with, well, here's the thing. Yes, you may have one, but not everyone has a printer they did their own wiring on. So if anyone, most people in this community, I'm assuming, have a 3D printer. So I think we're going to go with printer fails. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, it could be a mechanical fail. It could be a print fail, but it's going to be show me your biggest fail. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'll set up the channel for it on the Discord. So join the Discord. At the bottom, there's the challenges. I'll make a separate channel. Please only post pictures of your entry. Don't chat in that channel. So for someone to build something intentionally dangerous. That's another thing. Well, I would do show off your good wiring. So do intentional fails. Well, don't mention it. Just it's a fail. I don't need the story behind it. Just show me the fail. So still working on my entry for the last challenge. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday. Let's make the content interesting. So today we're going with my old reliable GP Wisers. For a fail. So Sambo, it's got to be your fail. That's the only thing. It's got to be your fail. Okay. So I don't want you just people posting pictures of the house that burned down from the ender or like some crazy fail. It's got to be your fail. Okay. Can you explain why Tom hates Clipper? Very simply, there were some people from the Clipper community that kept annoying him on his live stream. And that, you know, some people, if, you know, members from the community annoy them, they'll avoid a whole community. So what happened is he was building a Voron running RepRap firmware, and they're like, oh, you can't build a Voron with RepRap firmware. You know, if you go on the Voron Discord, there's a whole channel for running RepRap on your Voron, and some of the devs still run RepRap on their Vorons. So those people are the people that are, you know, shouldn't be part of a community because they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. But anyways, it was a sponsored build by Slice. That's why he was using a Mosquito, and it was a sponsored build by RepRap or by Duet. That's why I was using a Duet. It's a sponsored build. He's going to use what the people sponsoring him will give him. But people are dumb and they kept harping him about it. So he's like, well, screw Clipper then, which personally, I don't blame him. Yeah. The shitty part was I'm an admin on his channel. Like when he live streams, I'm an admin, and I was watching the live stream, but I had it on on my laptop playing while I was cooking dinner, so I wasn't seeing chat. Otherwise, I would have kicked those guys right then and there. Like, I know we kicked one guy out of the Voron Discord once we figured out who it was, because, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't need to add it to the conversation. Like, if there's a conversation going on, and if you have, like, a counterpoint that's, like, a document, like, oh, hey, no, you're wrong, this is the correct information, okay, whatever. But if you're just gonna pop in just to say something counterproductive, just to be a douche, just don't say anything. Because that's the easiest way to get, like, blocked. 'Cause I block so many people on Twitter on the YouTube channel who just, hey, I don't follow you, I don't know who you are, I don't follow anyone you follow, I'm just gonna leave an annoying comment, and you look at their history and all they do is stuff that gets them negative karma, and you're like, I have very, very boring fails. Hey, it's a fail though. Can't say something nice, say something emotionally devastating. Ban the haters. Honestly, I think I have more people banned on my YouTube channel than I do on than the entire Voron Discord has bans. Because people love to think that YouTube is an open forum and I have to listen. I am Electro, $20. Cheers. Thank you. Thanks for the shorts. Point help. Yeah, thanks for the short. Thanks for the short to the point help vids. My V01 is printing first print 2 feet from me. Awesome. That's good. At least if I took a picture. So here's my problem, okay? Every now and then I forget that, hey, I'm a YouTuber. So I've been recording me working on this Mando armor here and there throughout the whole build. I've got my GoPro set up on a tripod because it's something I can easily grab and move it wherever I'm working and record instead of setting up my camera, right? So this, I bring it out to the garage when I'm working out there. Like, I've been recording footage. So I was like, stay. Guess who forgot to record any footage of this entire process? This guy. I was working on it like yesterday, like here and there. And then I finished it and I'm like, I forgot to record any of this. Shit. Even this, I probably should have recorded this. So when I do my next video on the Mando armor, I'm going to be holding the finished part and just telling you what I did. With random B-roll of other stuff. Ooh, GoPro, that is setting. It is, John. It's not as buggy as it was. There was a software update. It's kind of working better now. It was really buggy at Murph. I have an Ender 3 and really want to build a Voron. Any suggestions? Yes, do it. Have fun. Be sure to put matte clear. Okay, so if I want to, is it matte? So if I want to clear coat this, but I don't want to change the appearance at all, it's a matte clear coat, right? Don't use a shiny clear coat. It's matte. Because I'm worried if I put matte, because this is metallic paint. If I put matte on it, will the metallic paint not be shiny anymore? Because I'm kind of worried about that. I really don't want to ruin the finish on this. Okay, matte clear, yes, no gloss. Satin clear coat. Satin clear coat. Okay. Yeah, I follow a bunch of prop people on Twitter. Satin. Okay, so get satin. Do not clear coat metallic paint. Do not. Okay. Do not clear coat metallic paint. Okay. Satin semi-gloss. See, I don't. Here's the thing. I'm not too worried about this because this is spray painted onto chip guard or rock guard, so it's not onto the plastic. So it's actually like pretty durable as is. So you clear coat metallic, anything you lose the look. Okay, so I might just not. Have you looked at sensorless homing? Yeah, I've used sensorless. The Micron does it, I think. I don't know. I've done sensorless on a few machines. I don't know. Some of my printers have sensorless. I can't remember which ones though. Want clear coat? Well, people are saying I need to protect this because I don't want to like chip or anything. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I haven't damaged. I've like these. Literally, I throw them in a bin where I store everything. It's just thrown in a bin. I haven't damaged anything. The only thing I've damaged is one of these. I took a chunk out of it. But these I did bed liner, not the rock guard. I only used the bed liner on like this piece or these pieces to test, and I didn't like the finish. And it's good enough that I'm not gonna redo the entire thing because I don't like the texture. But this is all Stone Shield rock guard, and it's a pretty tough finish, I found. Scratches and scuffs. Well, if I scratch it or scuff it, it's just, you know, wear. So I'll just leave it. How does sensorless homing hold up over time? It's fine. CNC machines do sensorless. They use servos. Like, in a perfect world, if you want a sensor that will last the longest, you want like Hall effect or optical. You want sensors that have 0 moving parts. If you want like the most robust sensor, is something that doesn't move. The V-Mini, yeah, the V-Mini and sensorless, that's right. Most of the filament used for the armor is black. Most of it. Some of it's gray. This is gray. The helmet's black. I feel really bad. The helmet is Prusament Galaxy Black ASA. It's like really good filament, and I went and spray painted. So a lot of this is black or gray. Actually, I have the bin here of the. I got a bunch of IC. I got like the big honkin' IC 3D spool of gray. Some of it's blue. Some parts are blue. The toe guards are blue, but it's all spray painted anyway, so you don't see. The problem with sensorless is it's only accurate to the next to a full step. So you don't like for XY homing. For XY homing, if you're only homing your machine at the start of the print, XY sensorless is fine. But you can't use sensorless for Z because it's only accurate to the nearest full step. It's not accurate enough for your Z offset. So. So if the thing is, if I scuff any of this, all I do is just take a silver pen and just color in the scuff and then just put like a little wear on it and then make it look like a blaster mark. Just simple as that. I'm actually really happy how these came out. Like in a few of these, like if you really look like, so here's the, that. You could see like in this itty corner there, you could see a little bit of the layer lines because I didn't quite get in there, sand it enough. But like, you can't see any, you can, like when you're looking at this, you don't see anything that makes it look like a 3D print. Yeah, you look on the inside, yeah, there's all your layer lines. But on this side, it does not look like a 3D printed part. I am really happy how this texture finish with metallic paint turned out with weathering. Like, I'm super happy how this turned out. It is very good. It's just spray bomb. This is just spray paint. That's all it is. Nothing fancy. I don't even have like a little airbrush. Those aren't layer lines. They're where the metal was folded by the master armorer. There you go. Yeah, let me find the full body shots of the armor. Which, oh, here's one I wanted to bring up. So, I'm not gonna like, how do I go about this? I kind of want to do, if I ever turn this into the studio, I kind of want, like this is the problem with me talking to myself, but I kind of want to do like a recap show, like a weekly or whatever recap show, just talking about like stuff that's going on in the 3D printing community. But I want to be careful to avoid drama and whatnot. But I know this kind of content isn't for everyone. And YouTube, this is a non-functional prototype, so don't freak out. But one of the people I follow on YouTube is the AK guy, Brandon Herrera. He does pew-pew stuff with AKs mostly. But he's currently building an AK-50, which is an AK, but 50 cal and 50 BMG, not like the little 50 Beowulf. But in his newest video, he showed off the prototype. It's entirely 3D printed. So, it's linked on my YouTube or on my Twitter if you want to watch the video. But this is entirely 3D printed and all the parts work. Like it works like a real, like the real AK-50 would work. Obviously it's non-functional, it's 3D printed in PLA mostly. But this is all 3D printed and the whole thing works. So in terms of like using 3D printing at work, this allows you to like build up your entire final design to the CAD and make sure it works before you send it all off to actually get done and actually machined, which is the expensive part. So that's cool that, you know, it's one of those technologies that, hey, you can just do this now. You can just, you design something, you make sure it validate the design with cheap plastic, and then you send it off to CNC. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, this is, I was testing the armor the other day. So this is where it's currently at. This, I haven't finished the layer piece. So yeah, you can see it's metallic, but it's kind of weathered, but it works really good in the sun. You get a nice sheen off of it. I like it. And then there's the little man. And then on the members stream, a couple days later, we finished the chest piece stuff. So, oh, okay. Never mind, Twitter doesn't want to work. Okay, whatever. But we finished the chest piece up. Yeah, 50 BMG and 50 Beowulf are very different rounds. I'm impressed you follow him for your previous dumping on the 2A community. Oh, Theodore, I'm one of those people that can disagree on some points and agree on some points. And it doesn't, like, I still follow Naomi Wu on Twitter. You know, we disagree on a lot of stuff and more nowadays. But I do occasionally enjoy her content. So, like, I can disagree with people on certain things and still agree with them on others and still enjoy the content they produce. I'm not one of those, oh, you did one thing I don't like, we're done. So yeah, I think Americans are a little too into their 2A. They're like, oh, you can't change it. You had an amendment banning alcohol, and then you had another amendment undoing that. So your amendments are not set in stone. Shit can change. Grow up. But, you know, I enjoy my pew-pews. Former Canadian Forces, I shot IPSC and USPSA for years. I own pew-pews. Yeah. Now, America, you know, I'm a little political rant here. If kids are bad, you take away their toys. You guys need to sort your shit out because things aren't too good over there right now. But if you gotta lose some of your pew-pew rights because you can't play nice, maybe you gotta learn, grow up. Anyways, we're not going political. Yeah, YouTube demonetizes pew-pew. If I was in the States, I would be doing 3D printed pew-pew content. No lie, I would. But I'm not in the States, so I can't. And that's why I say pew-pew. So you already went there. I know, I said political stuff. Now I'm going to get one person leave an angry comment on my video that because I talked about politics for 2 seconds, I've ruined the channel. Guy in Washington making 3D printed rocket launchers. Oh, that explosives are a little bit of a line in my opinion. Also, as a kid, I put fireworks in a PVC tube and shot those around the neighborhood. So, move to Texas. The weather is better. I'm not uprooting my entire family to move to the States. One, I can't really move anywhere because Grandma would kill me if I took away the little guy from her. And two, you guys know how hard it is to actually get American citizenship, and like it's not like I could just, you know, hop in my car and drive to, well, actually I can just hop in my car and drive to the States, but I can't just hop in my car, drive to the States, and then buy a house and live there. It's a little bit more involved to it than that. Texas weather. Yeah, why would I want to move to a state with no health care, a failing power grid, a failing water system? Like, why would I want to move to Texas? For everything I see on the news, Texas is horrible. Like, why would I want to move to Texas? Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm able to go full-time YouTube because I don't have to worry about healthcare because I'm Canadian. And also my wife has pretty good healthcare through work for the stuff that isn't covered. Texas 105 in the summer with 100% humidity. No thanks. Yeah, and in the winter, your power turns off. And all your water pipes freeze. And in the summer, your power grid fails again. It turns off in the summer too. It's power saving mode. You gotta put the state into power saving mode. Oh, here we go. There it is. I found the picture. Yeah, so this is the chest armor, mostly done. So the problem is the vest here is literally like some generic Amazon Chinese plate carrier vest. I need to do some sewing to it before I can actually mount the ab part here. But this is where the chest piece is at right now. So yeah, it's getting there. There's a surprising amount of work to this. Like, I'm sure I'd be done with it if I worked on it full time, but I'm working on it like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, a couple, every now and then working on it. Like, I'm not diving into it. Some nice big printers. Did Prusa XL arrive? Do you ever think about print some cosplay parts or doing cosplay? Dunkel! We've been talking about this for like half the stream. I got into 3D printing originally because I wanted to print an Iron Man helmet. And I never did. And then I realized everyone's done Iron Man, so I'm doing Mando stuff now. You know, everyone's doing Mando stuff, but I'm doing my own Mando stuff. Built my own AR where certain types of people can also buy them. I built my own too. It's Lego. Look at all the fuzzy. So the Ooze shield is doing its thing for the most part. Let's see if Google emailed me back. Nope. Nope, nothing. Print looks like Texas. It's getting there. Now, to be fair, it actually, the print itself is looking a lot cleaner than the Ooze shield. The Ooze shield is sacrificial. Just finished test my NT 7937. That's a flare gun. The good news is Florida has to be underwater soon. Okay. Yes, Florida will be underwater. But do you want Florida Man now coming to live in your state? Because all those people are going to go somewhere. Right now they're in Florida. You don't want Florida Man come moving up to where you live. You want Florida Man to stay in Florida. You don't want Florida to sink. It's like North Korea. Yeah, you know. Be nice if they merged with the South, but the South don't want to take over fixing all that stuff up. They're fine leaving them there. You want Florida to stay Florida. You don't want Florida Man showing up at your house in your state. Think about it. Ohio doesn't exist. The Ooze shield, well, it's doing multicolor through the whole print. Where's the Bugs Bunny gif of him cutting Florida off from the States? Is Doggo outside the door? Hi, you want to come say hi? Come say hi. Somebody came downstairs. Hey, buddy. Oh, good boy. You doing good? You doing good? Your ears are all good. You getting all though? You getting all mopey, eh? Blurry doggo here. Let me move the camera close to him. There he is. You give him some sniffs. Hey, sniff. You good? You good, buddy? Okay. Bye-bye. There we go. Doggo. Yeah, he's the stairs are getting kind of annoying for him. Unfortunately. Oh, his ears are fine. We the wife took him to the vet and got some actual proper medication for him instead of trying random stuff on Twitter and Facebook, and they cleared up in like a week. Jotmon, take care. All old New Yorkers who moved. Yeah, that's where it's like snowbirds. There's tons of Canadians that go down to Florida for the winters. It's a common thing. Call them snowbirds. I do need to make my way down there for some point because I've been to Disney World, or is it Disney? No, Disney World is Florida. Disneyland's California, right? Anyways, I've been there. My wife hasn't, so I do have to take her one day. But ooh, this gave me watermelons. Isn't Florida oranges? Wow. Adopted a German Shepherd last year. He is a very good doggo. He's great. He's been great with Calvin since we had him. He's a very good doggo. Coda has been around longer than I have. Wife got Coda before we even started dating, but he's a 110-pound Shepherd Husky. He's 11 years old, I believe now. So he's starting to get old. So went to Disney like 4 decades ago. Oh God. I would say that, like, oh God, getting old, but like I'm trying to remember now when I went to Disney World was like 20 years ago. And it's like, ugh. Actually, holy shit, it's a bit. Yeah, I went 20 years ago. I went in 2003. So yeah, next year I'll be 20. Oh my God. Ugh. Why this Dunkel? So as you can see, this printer has 2 nozzles. This is the E3D Chimera. They don't make them anymore. The reason we have an E3D Chimera is because that's what came with the original Voron 1.0 kit, which we have built. This is a 6-year-old printer that we built, okay? It was fun. I actually really enjoyed this build because it's a 6-year-old Voron. This is the original Voron design. So part of this being a dual color nozzle is you have 2 heater blocks with 2 different filaments. So when this one is printing, the other one continuously oozes filament. There is a reason they don't make these anymore. And we're showing you that reason. My Shepherd Husky lived for 16 years. Awesome. The thing is with Coda, our house is a raised ranch, so he has to be able to do stairs. To let him outside, he needs to go down the deck. To go anywhere in this house, he needs to do stairs. And he's starting to get a little slow at stairs. That's the only thing. So well, he's doing okay right now. I think it looks perfect. Zenbender, whatever you're on, I want some. Because this, I want to say it looks like a print. You need to temper your expectations. This is a 6-year-old printer. So if you went back to 2016 and saw this, you would think this was hot shit. we're looking at this at, 2016 Revo moving at 400 millimeters a second with Clipper, and, this is an 8-bit board running at like 12 megahertz, guys, with DRVs. It's only got so much oomph. Get those ramps going. We got our ramps going. But for reference, when you're doing single color, it does print fine. Like we printed this yesterday on it. Like, it's not a perfect print. There's some overhang issues, some under extrusion issues, whatever. But this is, the exact same printer, just with one color. So it does print fine when you remove the handicap. Oh yeah, moving to Canada is not easy. You need to like prove that you're actually like valuable to the Canadian government. Like you need to prove that it's worth you coming here. Honestly, the only thing I don't like about the ramps right now is it's the DuPonts are annoying. But it's going to be fun to put Clipper on this, which I do have. I have a Pi 3 that we'll put on this. So this is a Pi 3 from 2015. So we're sticking with our old hardware. So we're going to use a Raspberry Pi 3, Pi 3B from 2015. We're going to put on this. So we need to print a Pi 3 case on this in PLA, and we're going to put the Pi in there when we go to put Clipper on this. I got to figure out how to power it. I'm going to need like a 12 volt buck converter, or 12 to 5 volt buck. They discontinued. They don't make them anymore. They may still have them. Yeah, like right now, if you go on their site, the only ones they have in stock are the water cooled one. They don't have. They stopped making them. Believe me, I've spoken to E3D. They don't make these anymore. So. Send you a buck converter. I have buck converters. I just gotta find them. I got a whole thing of buck converters somewhere. I just gotta find them. Heck, I probably have 5 volt power supplies left over somewhere, because some of the recent builds, like I think the Trident build, came with an extra 5 volt power supply that I never used because I just plugged the Raspberry into the Octopus or something like that. So I have 5 volt power supplies. Yeah, it's blue tape because the Ooze shield was disconnecting from the bed, and I didn't want to stop the whole print for an Ooze shield fail. So I just stuck some blue tape down so the Ooze shield could stick to the blue tape, and we're rocking that because it's working. What does buck converter? I don't know. I've never actually looked it up. A quick Google search will probably resolve that. The shield just moved. It did? It seems to be okay. Yeah. Good enough. Again, the Ooze shield doesn't really matter. As long as it doesn't come flying off the bed, we're fine. Converting this into a Voron Legacy. So, originally, Touchy, the plan was to convert this to a Voron Legacy. However, a lot of people didn't like that idea. They want me to keep it original. So we're going to keep it, we're going to resto mod it. So I'm going to keep the original printer as is. We are going to put Clipper on it. I will change out the Chimera to an actual E3D V6 at some point. And we might put an LGX Lite on it because why not? I like my direct feed tool heads, but I'm going to leave the motion system untouched. So I think that I can call it a V1.0 as long as I leave the motion system. And by motion system, I mean basically the gantry and the Z motion. If I leave that alone, I leave the ramps in it, all we're going to play around with is, we're not going to change the electronics. We're going to leave the ramps in it with the DRVs. All we're going to do is add a Raspberry Pi, run Clipper, and we're going to change the tool head to something running an E3D V6 and an LGX Lite, which there are no files for that. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because obviously there are mods for this. People have modded this. There are mods for the Voron 1.0 and 1.5, which are cross-compatible. But there are no mods that mount an LGX Lite, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I know buck converters change voltage. I just don't know what the buck in buck converters stands for. Also 100 plus of the Chimera heat break in stock. Cool chick. If you have a Ender style printer, it's got that like Mark 8 hot end or whatever it's called. You want an all metal, just go buy a Chimera titanium heat break and just use that. So you can take the original. Let me find it here because I have one. Oh, no, wrong button. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Nope. Aha. Okay, here we go. By the way, do you want some V6 parts? So, if you have one of these like old, like if you're running an Ender, like it has one of these hot ends, what you can do is to make it all metal, just go on AliExpress, go buy like a Triangle Labs titanium Chimera heat break, and just put that in and just set screw it so that it's locked at it's locked flush with the focus. Can't see my face. There you go, focus. There we go. So it's too short, but it'll work if you just make it flush and then lock it in place with the set screw. And then you can put your original heater block on or use a V6 block, but then it's all metal at that point. So you can use the old block if you want. But yeah, that's how you swap it out. You can even get like a bimetallic one if you want to. Why do I have like a dozen titanium heat breaks? You collect so many weird things when you're involved with 3D printing for like 5 years. Slice's heat break. I think Slice makes one too. But yeah, all you need to do is swap out the heat break. The titanium Chimera one, or even a stainless steel. I recommend the titanium because the stainless steel ones have clogging issues. But the titanium ones are relatively cheap, and it's probably the cheapest way you can get your E3D, or your Creality Ender 3 printing ABS. Yeah, you just need to replace the stock Creality heat break to make it all metal. Yeah, 3D experiments. Can you show us how an Ender type hot end looks like with a V6 heat block screwed down? I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, so here you go. This is a your Ender style block, Chimera heat break, and a V6 hot end or heater block and nozzle. But the thing is, I don't know how the ducts would, for most designs, would fit with that. Because I think the block, yeah, the block is a different width. So, but you can do that to make it work if you're trying to get it all metal on the cheap. The BQ-H2, yeah, I seen that. They had it at Rapid TCT. They had one on the floor there. go. A V2 is not all metal then. The Creality Ender 3 V2, no, it's not all metal. I don't think any of the Crealities are all metal, and except for the, I don't know if the Sprite extruder is all metal. Here's the thing. The reason a lot of Creality printers and a lot of cheap lower-end Asia market printers are not all metal, it's because making a heat break that is actually perfectly smooth and doesn't have jamming issues is actually not as easy as you think. So to get away from that, they just use a PTFE liner because it's easier to get a hot end that doesn't jam with a PTFE liner, and it's cheaper. So they do that because it's cheaper and easier than actually sourcing properly machined heat breaks that don't have clogging issues. Also, it allows them to get away with less cooling. I believe less cooling. I can't remember what it was. But it basically allows them to build the machines cheaper and less reliably. Is the Ooze shield? Yeah. I really don't care if the Ooze shield fails, as long as it doesn't come off the bag. Oh yeah, it's warping like mad. I need more tape. Oop. Yeah, the whole back came up. That's okay. That's okay. We're just gonna let it do its thing. White glue? Do I have white glue? I don't know if I have any white glue. I don't. Looking great. Yeah, no. But I'm gonna let it finish. I mean, worst case scenario, it just fails. Like, we're far enough up that if it fails, we'll get spaghetti and not a cloud of death, hopefully. So I'm not too concerned there. Like, normally, like, you only get the blob of death if your print fails usually pretty soon after the print starts. But we're far enough in that if it fails, we're just gonna get, you know, spaghetti, which isn't that bad. The LTT Talk BS are doing a good job. Okay, so for those that don't know my background before I did YouTube, was I worked in a plastic injection molding shop. We built plastic injection molding. Preface, I wasn't an engineer. I was a wrench monkey on the floor just building the machine. So I didn't design anything. I didn't run presses. I just built the machines. I just slapped the steel together. So Linus, when it comes to his screwdriver, he said it was 200 grand. I don't know if that was for the single tool for the handle or all the tooling. 200 grand for a tool that small? It's a little pricey, in my opinion. I remember we built tools that size that were 30 to 50 grand. Now, the difference is these are packaged tools. So we're doing like 30, 40 tools for a single customer. So the price breakdowns are a little bit better, and usually you charge less on the smaller ones and more on the bigger ones, and it works out. So a single one-off tool from a small Canadian manufacturer in BC with, it sounds like a lot of revisions to said tool, I could see it coming out to 200. Plus, I don't know if that 200 included running the tool, because they're running it at a facility. So I don't know if the price of the tool also included production time. So I can't really say much. In terms of the parts, like when he was going over the parts and the gates and like how they designed the tool and like their suggestions, I think they legit knew what they were talking about. I'm not like looking at it as somebody who, I think they knew what they were talking about, and I think what they've done kind of signified that they actually did care, because a lot of their changes are stuff that you would see on normal tools that nobody cares about. So they did spend time making it perfect. But yeah, they sunk a lot of money to it because they developed all this during COVID, and they were chasing perfection, which I kind of get. So yeah, I bought one. I put my pre-order down, and apparently, you know, if you yell at them at Twitter, maybe I can get a pre-production sample, but or a review sample sent earlier. But I've got one on the way. I'll check it out when I get it. But yeah, so if you want to know, like, if you kind of want to take a look at the injection molding, go watch the LTD video that he talks about the screwdriver. It's pretty cool. Molds are steel. Bad mouth. Most molds are steel. Usually aluminum, at least from my experience, aluminum molds are usually only prototype and very low production volume. If you're going to run production on anything seriously, you're getting a steel mold anyways. I'm used to working with molds that are P20 tool steel, H13 a lot, and a few other types of steels, but P20 is a common one, and that's very common. Pretty much every tool I ever built was P20. There's also like lens grade. There's H13, which it's soft and workable, and then you harden it, and it's hard as hell. So you usually use like an H13 cavity on something that, you know, you're going to use glass fiber filled or something that's really abrasive. So yeah, we're going to show this print while talking about chasing perfection. When you get molds made, so the problem with China is their molds are made out of dubious quality steel. They don't last as long, and when they show up, usually you need to work on them a bunch to actually get them proper working. So he's charging Snap-on money for a made-in-China screwdriver. Did you not see the part where they're assembling? They're doing the injection molding in Canada. They're assembling them in Canada. The ratcheting mechanism is Taiwan, which isn't China. So Jason, I think you're kind of wrong there, but okay. Sound like a steel, like steel's a big deal. It's not. It's not. I kind of get a feeling that the producer of this mold may have taken advantage of their original not knowingness. I don't doubt they built him a quality mold, but I kind of got the feeling in the back of my mind that they kind of realized, hey, we can kind of get a little bit more out of him. Now, for all I know, I don't know how big the tool and mold industry is in BC, and maybe like the only place there that they got had available was a shop that normally does aluminum molds, because there are aluminum molds. They're much cheaper because they don't last as long. So usually you use them for prototypes and very low production. So maybe that's what this shop specialized in, and to them, steel was a high price. But where I come from, my background, everything was steel. We only used aluminum very rarely for low production prototype molds. So China would disagree with you regarding Taiwan. You mean West Taiwan would disagree? Mainland Taiwan would disagree? So Big Taiwan. Yeah, it's Big Taiwan. We get good molds. That's the thing, you can shop. Like, it's like LDO. LDO Motors is a Chinese company. You know, Jason lives in California, but LDO is a Chinese company, but they make good stuff. You can find good stuff in China. You just gotta look for it and make sure they stay good, because a lot of them will like sell you something good at first and then they cut quality in production. So there is good stuff out of China. I know we, as much as it sucked when our new owners started, you know, getting stuff from China and replacing a lot of our jobs with just buying shit. There was one supplier that actually had really good shit. Now, the funny thing is, our company stopped using them because they were too expensive for China and went for a cheaper China one. So as we put it, we went from buying Home Depot China stuff to dollar store China stuff, and then everything went to shit. So we went back to the good China. But there is good stuff out of China. This whole blanket, oh, everything from China sucks. You don't know what you're talking about. There is good stuff from China. You just got to look for it, and you got to make sure they keep their quality. The bamboo is reporting me to G right now. The bamboo is... Oh shit, it is on. Yeah, you can buy crap made in the USA. Look at badly made Cobra era guitars. I don't know anything about guitars, but that makes sense. Yeah, you can buy. There's cheap stuff and good stuff everywhere. EDM isn't that expensive. It usually, when we were quoting, like I never did quoting, so I just, you know, I would check the prices on the molds I was building just to see how much we charge for them. You charge $200 to $300 an hour for most machining. Usually it's all roughly pulled into one. EDMing isn't that expensive. It's time intensive, but for a small mold like that, 200 grand, not a lot of that would be EDM, at least from my experience. Like, yeah, they had to EDM that mold, yeah, but that's a small mold, which doesn't require a lot of EDM work. Usually you machine it close and then you finalize it with EDM. Isn't Haiwan China company? I don't know. Chinese government doesn't. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like a lot of the time, what it would be is the government will subsidize companies so that it allows them to undercut because they don't have to make as much profit, because they can sell stuff at a loss because they'll make up for that with government subsidy. So it allows them to flood the market with their stuff. But here's the thing: if you think China's the only company doing country doing shady marketing when it comes to government sales and international sales, all countries do it. Like, let's be honest. If a company can make money, they're gonna make money. Printed wall. I know the it's kind of warping, but it's just the Ooze shield, so we're just gonna let it kind of do its thing, unfortunately. Like, it's just the Ooze shield, so we're just gonna let it. It's a shield. Bombardier. Oh god, Bombardier. How much money has the Canadian government sunk into Bombardier? Or hey, the US government and the SLS program. Like, what am I making? We are printing a moai. You can kind of see it in there through the draft shield or the Ooze shield. But we're trying to use the Chimera, which this is why you don't use the Chimera. Have I tried the Replatech MG94 ABS? I have. It prints really well. I used it for a lot of the Mando stuff. Or several Mando pieces, including some really tall ones that, yeah. My tax dollars flush. So the shitty thing is with SLS blowing costing way more. It's not like that money burned. That money went to people working on it. Like, yeah, I'm sure some companies made a lot of money, but like, it kept a lot of people employed. It kept a lot of businesses open. It's not like, you know, when people are like, oh, NASA spent all this money sending a probe to Mars. We could have spent that. We didn't send the money to Mars. Like, the people that built the probe, their jobs, that's their job. Like, the money went into the economy, and then we sent the probe to Mars. So it's not like we're sending the money to Mars. The money's going into the economy. It's just, you know, you can't rip on the U.S. government spending a couple billion on a rocket when the U.S. military is like $800-something billion a year, every year. Like, you kind of like elephant in the room. It's like, oh no, we stopped the leak, but the dam still burst. Yeah, you can rip on a billion here and there, but like, come on, you got the U.S. military industrial complex. Come on. Do I live in Quebec? No. Je ne peux parler français. I don't know. Personally, I don't care. I love rocket launches. I try to watch like every SpaceX launch. So, big rocket, cool. But, you know, I'm more excited for Starship. Turning into coast to coast. I don't have my tinfoil hat on. Coast to coast, that is the conspiracy one, right? Is that the conspiracy radio show in the States? Milked as much as they... Of course they could. And it's only going to launch like 3 or 4 times, isn't it? You got the demo flight, then there's a flight to take some people around the moon, and then there's the 3rd flight, which is landing, and then that's it, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Last year, the U.S. military budget was $778.23 billion. Oof. Coast to Coast is non-opinion. Don't... Space Ghost. Then what is the U.S. what's the conspiracy radio show that's on at night in the States? Isn't that Coast to... I could have sworn that was Coast to Coast. Oh well. I'm not American and I don't listen to American radio, so like I'm throwing darts here, grasping at straws. Fox. Okay, I understand that one. It is Coast to Coast. Oh, it is Coast to Coast. Okay, that makes sense. They have 10 SLS launches planned? Oh. Well, I thought a bunch of them got canceled because they're going to use Falcon Heavies to launch a bunch of the Gateway stuff. Coast to Coast AM. Aliens, Ghosts, and Conspiracy. Okay, that makes sense. I will say the... now that I got rid of... I'm slicing using the classic engine instead of the Arachne engine. These parts are coming out pretty good, so... Have I checked out the Starship? Is that the... If that's the 3D printed models, I looked at it, but it's like $100 or something for the models. That's the one I'm thinking of. Which I didn't even spend that much on my Mando armor, so... On Bamboo, are you using a third-party bed? I am not. But black textured PI does work, so I might... Or black untextured PI works. So I might swap to that if I can get some. Because I don't like their bed right now. What defects? Under extrusion. Let's talk about Teslas. What do you think of them? Personally, I don't care about any electric car right now. They're all luxury vehicles. I really don't care about electric cars. I would love an electric car, but like you got the Teslas, which let's see right now in Canada, what the cheapest electric car is like 40 grand. A Tesla Model 3 in Canada. Right now, so I'm in Canada English. The cheapest Tesla that I can buy in Canada starts at $59,999. So 60 grand for a Tesla. Okay. You got Lucid coming out with their thing. You got Rivian with their thing. They're luxury vehicles. Like, they're not normal people cars. Until electric vehicles start coming out that are actually practical everyday vehicles, I don't really care about electric vehicles. They're Gucci rich people toys. Like, I'm sorry, it sucks. I would love a cheap Tesla, but they're Gucci luxury toys right now, the vast majority of the ones coming out. And then you got like the Bolt, which has like a recall because the batteries explode, or they're tiny cars that aren't really practical. Battery prices are coming down. They're not 20 grand to replace your battery anymore. It's a lot more. The batteries are lasting a lot longer than people thought that. At least in Teslas, to my understanding, the batteries are lasting a lot longer than people thought they would, and the cost to replace them isn't as much because battery costs are going down over time. Electric Konas. Yeah, when I was in Quebec, I saw a lot of Bolts and other cheap electric cars, but they're smaller vehicles. Like, they're not practical vehicles. For like, well, I guess they're practical, but they're like usually the secondary vehicle in the household. Like, in the long term, electric makes a lot more sense. Like, I don't care what the gas guzzling people think. We're gonna run out of gas at some point, and then what are we gonna do? Like, we are going to run out of gas at some point. What is your plan then? What's the plan? Because we're going to hit peak oil, and then we're going to start getting less and less oil out of the ground every year, and gas prices are going to skyrocket. Then what the hell are you going to do? What is your plan in 20 years when your gas guzzling truck that you're going to stick by because, you know, real trucks don't use spark plugs. What is your plan then? You're going to hop in an electric car like everyone else. Like, gas is not infinite. We will eventually run out. I don't care what you think. We will. So it's like, let's kind of get ahead of that curve, maybe. Canada doesn't have a gas and oil shortage. Yeah, I want to work in the woods where it's, you know, -60 away from my family for months on end, in a job where I can lose my arm easily if I don't swing the chain fast enough. Yeah, roughneck, tough. Also, our gas is mostly shale, or not shale. It's oil sands, which isn't worth digging out of the ground unless oil's like $100 a barrel or something like that. Yeah, we already did. The oil demand's going down over here, if I remember correctly. They're selling electric crate engines to refit. I've seen that, but the thing is, they make the electric engine look like an old ice engine. Like, I don't like it. 2022 Chevy Bolt 27K US. In Canada, it starts at 45, I believe. Last I checked. The electrical grid in the US is a dumpster waiting for a spark. Then maybe, and here's a thought, you guys should fix your grid. Spend some money and fix your shit. Looking at you, Texas. There's no political gain to fixing problems that are about arguing. Exactly. Exactly. That's the problem. Politics is horrible. I hate politics. How about you invest some money in infrastructure instead of letting all your bridges fall apart? Then again, you know, I live in Canada. We have the same issues too, but... It's always been an energy problem. It's all energy. It's like hydrogen. Hydrogen doesn't make sense because you need energy to turn gas or to turn water into hydrogen, and then you burn that hydrogen to get energy to move the car. So every time you convert energy from one form to another, you lose, there's losses. So why take electricity to electrolyze water to create hydrogen that you burn to move your car? Why do that whole extra step? Just stick with electricity and put the electricity in the battery and move the car with the battery. So 42,000 plus taxes and deliveries. So you're looking at 50 grand pretty much. You can tell this was a fun Saturday night stream because we're at midnight. We're at 11. I should be ending the stream now. I'm almost done my drink. And we're talking about electric cars and politics. How do we end up here? How do we end up here? Oh, hey, a printer is printing stuff. It's very inefficient to generate. Yeah, I don't see hydrogen has been the fuel of the future for 50 years. At least electric cars are starting to catch on finally. What's the ETA on the print? Morning. How much coal per... I live in Ontario. Most of our power is hydro and nuclear. Which build more nuke plants. They're great. It's called Drift. Tokyo Drift? This is the ugliest looking print. Like, I'll be honest, if this was any other printer, like if this was a normal print on any of my printers, I would like totally like right now. But we're letting it go. So nuke fission. I can't wait till the day we figure out fusion power or fission. I don't know. The one that the tokamak, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. But when we figure that shit out, it'll be great. Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear. Okay. Are we gonna end the stream or are we gonna keep going? Are we gonna keep going mood today or are we gonna end it? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. California forces you. B-bro, what is the date they plan on forcing everyone to buy electric cars? And is that far enough in the future that they can spend that time to, improve their power grid? Is there time for them to fix stuff? And are they working towards fixing stuff? 2035. So they got a decade to improve their power grid for the increase. And also, it's not like every car will suddenly be electric. It will just be new cars are electric. So they're going to have another 10 years of being able to ramp up. I don't know. Personally, I think most people can get by with an electric car just fine. Most people, like, the whole, you're in the highway and you run out of gas. It's like, well, I've run out of gas in a car before, so you can run out of battery in a car. It happens. People have run out of gas in the past. It will always continue to happen. But let's be honest, most people, their commute is driving to work and back. And when a car has, 400-mile range, you're probably not going to run out of battery driving to work and back. So I can see, in the near future, an electric car in your household and an ICE car for the long trips. EVs don't have CD players. Neither does my Edge. Which, Ford, I'm on to you. So for those that don't know, my car is a Focus. I have a 2012 Focus, okay? It's paid off. It's great. I love it. The problem is it has a horrible transmission in it, so it blew up. The transmission was so bad, in fact, that Ford added a 10-year warranty on it. So I have owned the car for 9 years and 10 months when the transmission blew up on it finally. So my Focus is sitting at the Ford dealership waiting on a new transmission control module, which is a chip. It's a controller board. It's sciencey and uses microchips. Hi, we're in post-pandemic world with chip shortages. So my Focus has been sitting at the dealership now for, I want to say, a month and a half now. And during that time, they have, because it's a warranty issue, they have to give me a loaner vehicle. So I have a Ford Edge Titanium as my loaner vehicle. It has all the bells and whistles. I don't want to go back to my old car. I really like having, the lane keeping and the autopilot and like all the fancy features, Android Auto. I don't want to go back to the old 2012 Focus. I'm on to you, Ford. Like, seriously, I'm on to you. When I was dropping off my car, a sales guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, hey, when you're ready to talk about a new car, come talk to me." I'm like, "Hey, my Focus, it's paid for. I don't need a new car." He's like, "Hey, here's my card. You'll be calling." I'm like, "I'm on to you, Ford." And by the way, I had to go get something out of the car the other day. They have like 25 Focuses at the back of the dealership just parked waiting on these TCMs. I guess some people have been waiting since October of last year. So imagine that. Ford is paying for rental cars. It's Enterprise. It's a renter car. For over a year. Just cut a check. Just give me a, $6-7 grand, because either that or pay for a rental car for a year. But yeah, so I've got a car with all the Gucci new features that cars come with now. Although I hate the touchscreen. It's got the full screen touchscreen for everything. I hate it because when I turn the car on, I have to sit there and wait like 10 seconds before everything finally boots up and loads and I can change the radio station. Like, I'm used to getting in my car and just going. I hate having to wait for everything, and I hate touchscreens. I want my tactile feedback. I hate having to look, push, and slide my finger up and look at the screen so I can see what number I'm setting my AC to. I hate touchscreens in cars. I'm fine with it for like the radio, but for like climate control and stuff like that, I hate touchscreens. I hate it. And they bug. When we were driving to Quebec, for our family trip earlier this month, or actually no, we're in September, last month, I turned on the car the one time and my phone just did not connect. It just didn't connect. So the whole Android Auto with all the navigation just didn't work. So I had to I literally pulled over to the side of the road, turned my car off, turned my car back on, and then it all connected. I'm like, I have to reboot my car. I hate touchscreens in cars. I hate it. No, they still have controls on the steering wheel for the radio, but they don't have any climate controls. Moving away from screens for HVAC. Yeah, I like Ford had Ford's HVAC like cluster on their dash was the same for ages on so many of their vehicles, and it worked great. I hate it. I hate it. Happens to my Android. Yeah, so it's probably the problem is the more. It's a computer now. You're running a full-on computer, and computers, and you know they're not putting the best hardware in these cars, so. I had to reset my digital gauge cluster. Just leave it frozen so your mileage doesn't tick up on the vehicle. Windows embedded? Oh my god. Oh my god. Heck, I don't even like touchscreens on my 3D printers. I prefer a knob because when I'm like sitting there adjusting the level, I hate having to look at the screen to make sure I'm hitting the right button. Core Titanium still has Microsoft Sync firmware. I do. My 2012 Focus is a Titanium, and it's got Sync, the original Sync, and it got the little badge powered by Microsoft on it. That one I've never had an issue with. The Sync in that car, I've never had an issue with. Never had an issue. Literally, I bought that car new in 2012 until the transmission blew up while the TCM module failed. 9 years and 8 months. Oil changes, one new set of tires, and I've done brakes on it twice. That is it. Like, that's it. I can't complain about that car at all. It is. When I get it back, I'm going to stick with it until it dies, but I like the new stuff. But it's, I know, you know, oh, Ford's found on the road dead. But other than, you know, until the almost 10 years old, an issue that they had a recall on, it's been perfect. So I can't really complain too much. Like, and then also, hey, hello, I'm driving a Ford Edge 2021 Ford Edge Titanium for free until they fix my car. Like, I can't really complain. So I don't have to, and of course we're taking the Edge for all our trips. So like when I go for the wedding in 2 weeks, I'm driving 9 hours to go to the wedding. I'm driving the Ford Edge because, you know, I don't got to pay for maintenance on that. Transmission oil should be Dead Bob, 60,000 miles or 60,000 kilometers, because I've heard 100,000 miles, and also it has 100,000 kilometers on it. Actually 103,000 kilometers on it, but I don't drive it that much, so I'm assuming you mean miles, and I haven't hit that, or actually I might have hit that. I can't remember. Yeah, EVs cost. Yeah, with EVs, you don't have oil changes. The brakes last longer. The tire. I'm pretty sure the tires last longer too. You don't have to worry about fluids. You have much less maintenance on the vehicle. EVs are a lot cheaper to run, a hell of a lot cheaper to run, and fuel costs are much less. And for those that got, ooh, EVs are evil polluting to make, 3 years of ownership cancels out any difference in pollution. Because yes, EVs are more polluting to make because you got to mine the batteries. After 3 years of owning the EV, it's more greener than an ICE vehicle because the ICE vehicle will continue to pollute. What is, because it's a dual color print and the one hot end is dropping the temperature when it's not active, and so when it stops it's heating back up to temperature before resuming print. Will they survive proper Canadian winter? I live south of Detroit. "10 years with same trim." Nuno, did you know last year I went an entire year without an oil change? And when I got the oil change, they said, hey, I don't think you needed an oil change. Because I don't drive a lot, especially now that I do YouTube. I put maybe 15 kilometers a week on the car. EJ, $5. Cheers. I need your wisdom. I'm an idiot and put a heated insert in a project upside down. It's holding and screwed in pretty tight. Might be okay. Ever do this? You might be okay. You're gonna damage the part more trying to fix it. So either reprint the part and put in a heat setting correctly, or leave it as is. Those are your two options. The break-even point is around 120,000 kilometers. Just breaks in one problem. Yeah, like I can't really complain about the Focus. Like it's you know, it's been fine. Other than, you know, oh no, it broke, so now I'm driving a much better vehicle for free. Oh no. So ABS or ASA, both are fine. ASA is just ABS formulated for UV resistance. You're gonna get the same, the parts will be the same. Understand, but the oil gets bad with time even if it's not used. Yeah, I know. I got it. It's funny. I got an oil change and I brought the car in for full inspection before Murph, because I had to drive for Murph. So for the past like 6 years, or no, since 2017, my car has barely driven. It hasn't driven more than an hour straight at a time since 2017. And in 2017, we got my wife's Escape, and that's been our family vehicle. So anytime we did anything as a family, we took the Escape, especially ever since we had Calvin, because it's a bigger vehicle, easier for car seats. So my Focus was me driving to work and back, and the occasional like random grocery trip if the wife was at work. So it never went on long drives. So before I took it to Murph, I got an oil change. I got it like, hey, inspect, like, you know, while you're doing the oil change, make sure there's nothing wrong with this car. I did a bunch of body work to fix some rust because, hey, well, it is a Ford. I replaced a bunch of lights. I made it look like I put, like, you know, a couple $100 into cleaning up the car. And then a month after Murph, the transmission blows and it's been sitting in a dealership lot waiting on maintenance. Less fumes than not. No, they're the same. And as for ABS fumes, that's ABS right there. Actually, no, that's PC. But the fumes aren't that bad. Don't be in the room when the printer's running and you're fine. And if you are in the room when the printer's running, keep the printer enclosed until the print finishes. Let the printer cool back to room temperature, then open the printer up. If you cook bacon in your house, you get more VOCs from that than printing ABS. Do I have a picture of the Focus? Actually, I did post pictures on the Twitter. The only issue with rust I had is it's the hatchback, and at the bottom of the hatch on the trunk, it was rusting away on the inside. So all I did was cleared out all the rust, and then I just filled it with Bondo, and then just sprayed it with bed liner, or the chip guard. So yeah, it was just that one area that was rusting, and then one of the doors right at the very bottom on the inside had a little bit of rust. But it's a 10-year-old Focus, like. And I live in an area where we heavily salt the roads in the winter, so all cars rust. Here. Have you built a Nevermore? I have not, actually. New cars are disposable garbage. Yeah, I know. I want them to make cars like they used to. Solid steel that broke my neck and drove the steering wheel through my chest every time I crashed. They always built cars cheap. There's no way Teslas cost more than ICE in annual maintenance. They don't. The problem is the upfront cost is much higher. Here's the thing. The cheapest electric car in Canada starts at around 40 grand plus tax. So you're looking at like 45 to 50 grand for an electric car in Canada. Whereas you can buy like a, let's see here. Ontario, update, vehicles. Yeah, you could buy a Kia Forte for $23,000, a Kia Rio for $17,000, $17,395. What is the cheapest new car in Canada? Corolla is $19,000, Nissan Versa $18,000, Kia Forte, Hyundai Elantra $17,999, Mitsubishi Mirage is $16,000, Chevy Spark. So you can buy a Chevy Spark in Canada for $12,548. Okay. Let's see here. Close that. Yeah, there you go. So Chevy Spark, as shown, $10,000. You can buy 4 of these for the cost of the cheapest electric car in Canada. So you could buy one of these cars, drive it into the ground. You can buy 4 of these, put 3 in storage, drive each one into the ground until it dies before you equal the cost of the cheapest electric car in Canada. That is the problem with electric cars. They're not cheap cars. You can't get cheap electric cars. They are luxury vehicles. They are mid-tier to luxury vehicles. They're not everyday people cars. My kid just fell out of bed. Shit. So yeah, that's the problem with electric vehicles. Driving those into the ground well. I had a coworker who drove one of these for years. He bought one because he's like, you know what, I live by myself and all I do is drive to work and back. So he bought a brand new Chevy Spark off of a dealership on clearance. He paid like 10 grand out the door, and he bought it after I worked with him for like a year or two when he bought it, and he still had it when I left. So he had it for at least 5 or 6 years. So 10 grand, 5 or 6 years. You can't really go wrong there. Okay, but I think we are gonna end the stream there because I heard a pretty loud thud upstairs. So I'm pretty sure my kid woke up. So, giveaway. We'll do the giveaway. We'll do it at 11:30. We'll end the stream at 11:30. 11:30. Tesla's okay. We built molds for Tesla. I built molds for Tesla. If you currently own a Tesla Model 3, Model X, or the facelift Model S, so like the newer Model S, not the original production run, I built your rear fascia and or front fascia mold. I worked on it. I built it. I also did a bunch of Rivian stuff. Don't buy a Rivian. Never buy first year production. Don't buy first couple year production electric vehicle. Because the stuff I've seen and the people I've spoke to do not leave me with very good confidence. So. Model Y. I did do some stuff for the Model Y. I don't know if I did the fascias though. And by fascia, I mean the bumpers. Most people call them bumpers. It's the people running those companies and like the people checking the molds. They're not trades people. They're not like, you know, when you have people from Ford, Chrysler, GM, Honda, Toyota show up, they kind of know what they're talking about. When those guys show up, you're kind of like, what the heck are you talking about? Seem too Rivian's toad. I follow, who is it on Twitter? He's got a Rivian. Who is it? Who is it on Twitter? Trying to remember who it is. No, not Jerry Rig. I don't follow Jerry Rig on Twitter. Quinn, I think. Quinn Nelson. Yeah. He has a Tesla. He has a Rivian. Okay. I built molds for parts of his truck. He's had so many random issues with it, with like the tunnel cover not working, the seats. I think it was the seats, the noises. Never buy first year production vehicle, and never buy first model of an electric car from an electric car company. So many issues because they're getting everything up off the ground. Lucids. Oh, never buy a Lucid. One, I can't afford. Can anyone here actually afford a Lucid? Like, don't actually tell me, but like, it's a $100,000 car. Wife and daughter's Priuses. I've heard very good things about the Prius. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a cheap, you know, hypermiler car, but, well, I don't know if they're cheap, but the fact that the electric engine kind of acts like the transmission is actually pretty reliable, apparently. Well, Lexus are 100,000. Yeah, like, these are the things. Most electric vehicles, especially these new ones, the Rivian and the Lucid, they're rich people's cars. Or you're like a high or tech YouTuber type person. Like, these aren't everyday vehicles. These are high-end vehicles. So, yeah, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, they're cool. I would love to have one. But these aren't normal people vehicles. They're cheap compared to the Lotus. Some of them. So, you know what? I'm still waiting on the Cybertruck. I've talked to some Tesla people, like, over the years when because, you know, we build molds from Tesla, so Tesla people would come in. So I would talk to Tesla people, and the joke was every time I saw a Tesla person, like, hey, where's the Cybertruck? Oh, next year. There's always next year. I'm a tech YouTuber. I make a Lucid. I've got one new member for this stream, and currently memberships are busted. I don't think we're going to be buying a Lucid anytime soon, folks. So unless we have any Saudi oil princes in chat right now, I don't think that's going to be happening. I mean, put it this way, this stream, if we're lucky, I might break even on buying that LTT screwdriver. Cybertruck's a giant troll job. Here's the thing, the idea of the Cybertruck makes perfect sense. Electric drive chain, cheap stamped steel or stainless steel sheet metal body. Like, the idea of the Cybertruck is actually very sound. They're just never gonna get it built to production. Like, come on. There's a print from Kenya. Hey, whoever's got the dollar bills, man. You know what, the design has kind of grown on me. I kind of like the cyberpunky look, so. What about the Rimac? Oh, Rimac, wasn't that, like, I've watched so many videos on how that whole thing was a scam. First last $10 to it. EJ, $5 screwdriver fun. Thanks for the stream. Okay, so Rimac. Show me what you got, Rimac. Let's go on your site. Do you even have vehicles? Okay, you got one single vehicle. Okay, you got the Navara. Okay, cool. It's a Lotus body that you put an electric engine in. What about it? That's it. Where's your vehicles? Yeah, they got nothing. Exactly. They had one, but oh, that's the one Hammond crashed. That's right. Yeah. So again, rich person toy. Toyota Sienna. The thing is, here's the thing. I've actually been looking. I kind of want a Ford Maverick. Because the Ford Maverick is literally an Escape with a truck bed. And we have an Escape, and I like the Escape, but I would like a small truck bed for the occasional stuff where I need a truck for. So I would really like a Ford Maverick, especially the hybrid. but it's a year to get one. Jason R, $10. Cheers. Sienna Hybrid. Isn't that a minivan? I'm not getting a minivan. I'm not getting a minivan, guys. No matter how cool it is going through the mountains with a bike rack on top, I'm not getting a minivan. That ain't happening. Lightning, brah. Okay, in Canada, they don't offer the base model Lightning. The Lightning starts at, I think, the Platinum model, which is like 75 grand. So in the US, you can get a Lightning, the F-150 Lightning, for much cheaper than you can in Canada, because they don't offer that cheap model of Lightning in Canada. Need a Brodozer. Highlander. Let me see. I haven't looked at cars in forever. GR86. How much are tacos? I want to. Ooh, tacos start at 40 grand. Oof. See, for me, I think 30,000 is how much you should spend on a vehicle. 30,000 and less is what I want to spend on a vehicle, but nobody makes vehicles that cheap anymore. Very few. That's why I'm interested in the Maverick. It's cheap. Milo's $20 towards the Rimac fund. One day. One day. Don't let your dreams be memes. No profit in sub. I don't care about profit. I want a car that's under 30 grand. So here's the thing, you can get a RAV4, but the hybrid is that. CHR was pretty. I seen a CHR the other day. Those are cool. But yeah, I'm of the opinion vehicles should not be expensive. They're consumable. You eventually throw it out. It's not like a house where you can, you know, get value. Vehicles are a consumable that you will eventually throw away. Either you'll sell it at a loss or just scrap it. But vehicles are a consumable, and I don't like spending a lot of money on consumables. My first car was 4 grand. My first car was a Sport Track that I inherited. It was a 2001 Ford Explorer Sport Track. And the only reason I got rid of it was at the time I worked a 45-minute drive from my house, and the 4-liter V6 in it was killing me on gas. So I bought the Focus, and even though I bought the Focus new, half of the payment basically didn't exist because I was saving so much on gas. And then about a year after that, I, you know, started dating my wife and we got a house, and then I realized, holy shit, I missed the truck. So, do you consider tools consumable? For the most part, yes, to a degree. Sport hatchbacks. So the problem is right now we have an Escape. So I want to get a vehicle that we can use as a family vehicle. My wife's Escape is a 2017. I want to get something that can take over as the family vehicle. So I don't want to get another car, but I want something that's practical. And I don't want another compact SUV like the Escape. So that's why I was looking at the Maverick, because hey, I could use that as a truck. But yeah. Headphones are dying. Almost the end of the stream. Am I going to do CAN bus? I will be doing CAN bus. What is... Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I killed all my audio. What is going on? No, the AirPods are not my mic. Okay, I killed the music. The music's dead. Okay, 1 second here. What? Yeah, okay, so let me kill the music. Okay, that's really weird. I turned off my headphones and apparently that dumped the music to the mic feed. That is really weird. I've never had that happen. My computer's been weird lately. I've had some weird hiccups lately. But you guys can hear me now, right? You can hear me now? Good? Are we good? Are we good? Yes. Okay, so let's... Whoa. Okay, the headphones just kicked back in. Let's take this opportunity to do the draw and end the stream, because I think we're at that point now. So, yeah, we're going to end this now. Close that. That was really weird. So we're going to close responses. Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. If you didn't enter, your next chance will be Tuesday. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with my setup here. I'm getting weird technical issues I used to never get, and I don't like it. So, and I will let this print finish in all its majesty, and we'll do the draw, or I'll post pictures of it on Twitter. So, gnomes. I don't know. Somebody throw me a number. Give me a number. Somebody put a number down. 2. Troy J. You put down number 2. So guess what? We're going to use 2. 1, 2. There we go. Jen's Vegeta, congratulations. You have won yourself some filament from Polymaker. Let me find you in chat here. In the stream or info, click that. There we go. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends or in the morning. Fill out the information in the form and you'll get yourself some filament. Loud noises. Is everything being buggy? No, the sound effect didn't play because I turned off desktop audio. Something's really freaky right now. I don't know what's going on. So, the wheel has sound? What? Oh, I didn't kill desktop audio there. Let me kill desktop. I don't know. It's because my desktop audio is dumping into the mic feed for some reason all of a sudden. And, that'll do it. When I put in my headphone, okay, I figured it out. When I took my headphone out and plugged it in, it turned off my iPods. So Windows defaulted the audio playback of desktop to voice meter, which feeds it through my mic. That's never happened before. Normally it doesn't do that. So, anyways, we're done. We're going to end the stream here. For those that donate to the stream, became members of the sub, or members of the stream, or channel, or gifted memberships, even though they disappeared into the Google black hole, I'm hoping we can figure this out because it's getting really annoying really quick. And thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make this all possible. Shout out to Polymaker. This is not Polymaker filament, but the wonderful camera stand is Polymaker filament. So thanks to them, we give away a spool of filament every stream. So shout out to Polymaker. I will post a picture of whatever this is when it finishes on my Twitter. So follow me at 3DP Nero on Twitter. Join the community Discord. Link in the description. We'll get the community challenge page set up tomorrow probably. And I think that's about it. Take the bread out of the freezer. I've been making my own bread. I cooked bread the other day for the first time. I know it's a little late because everyone did that when COVID started, but I cooked my own bread. It was delicious. I made French toast with it. Yeah, it's 11:30. We're gonna end the stream there. Saturday night. I will see you all Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll start the next build series Tuesday. If not, Friday or Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna end it there. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers.